All right. Well, we're live. That's cool. What's up, everybody? Pootie's the only one in the world that wants to hang out with me tonight. So. What's up, Doc? And I mean, there's different reasons for different things, like different people and stuff. So, I'm not really mad about it.
Yeah. It'd be all right. We got this.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here. I'd drug Billy on here, and he's over. I'm telling you, he's over like he's your new best friend because he definitely didn't want to. Oh, look at that! Another knife done, rural prepper. Billy's got somebody to talk to. What's up, Jerry? Hey, Jen. Oh, I finally got my email. I made a new one and attached it to this. So if anybody wanted to come up or give me a video or something, it's all lowercase Colas, Kolas, YouTube with the UTUBE123 at Gmail. And I think it's attached here somewhere. I'll type it in here too. But like this whole time, I didn't have a good word. I had an email, but it's so full that it wouldn't have been a good idea to like use that one. What's up, Wildlife, Jerry, Annalisa? Yeah, Billy's gonna start doing his live streams again. And well, but you go ahead and you should put your link out just in case anybody's not subbed to you, Billy.
I don't know if I am or not. I think I am.
Mary Freeland said, "Where's Tin these days, Pootie?"
Yeah. She's been under the weather, yeah. Like her hay fever's messing up.
Man, allergies. Oh, you already did that. I'm sorry. I'm so behind in the damn chat all the time. What's up, Cherry? Man, and I can't help it. Like I always say, there's no doubt in my mind that whether if it's a real thing with the Q, the 17th letter and all that, well, they play into that. There's no doubt. How many times? I know most people that don't go down the rabbit holes probably have never seen an air Q, but I've seen it 1,000 times. I swear. There's no way that's an accident. It's like so weird looking too. Like if it's not a Q, then it's really weird. Whatever he's doing when he does that. But yeah.
And just look at all the 17s that keep popping up everywhere, and that
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's so many.
That can't be my mistake.
I know you had a couple things you were putting that were about it too. I can't remember off the top of my head either, but there were definitely some things just recently. Oh, I wish I could remember.
Yeah, everything 17,000 this or 107 this, and it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's been getting sprayed. Okay. Man, I take her. Okay, I'm nowhere near close to the police. MAGA, you said you can't email. If you can put your email, you never did do that. I will send you the link if you want it. But I need an email to send it to. Then you don't have to email me back. You just have to click it. Oh my gosh. They're arresting people for spraying though. Look, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
I think they got three people today for spraying.
Really?
Yeah.
I wish we had a clip of that.
They had that spraying task force or geoengineering task force or whatever it was. Yeah, they got three people, I think.
Wow. Well, that's good news. Man, I really wish Bonnie were here. God, I need to get you here when she's here. Because it was so wild. Like we were talking about things and she's like, well, when are they going to do something about the spraying and all this? And I thought to myself, oh crap, that's never going to happen. So I guess that she's just never going to be happy with this administration because that's just too big of a thing to ask is what I'm thinking, which is crazy talk. And then like before I could blink, man, I got news of it and I was like, what the heck? Yeah, she's not feeling angry. And I sent that link to her as soon as I saw. And I was just happy. Yeah. Man, everybody's asking about Tin.
I hadn't seen any lines in sky here in about 2 or 3 weeks, man. It's been nice too.
Mm-hmm. So
except for the storms. Yeah.
I guess he's saying the email's in the description. What's up, Marla B? Yeah, Billy, if you don't mind, put Tin's link in. I mean, for those people who don't know who we're talking about, for Sundays and Tuesdays when she's feeling better. Oh my gosh, the Pope. Yeah. So, Mary, I do have a short clip or a couple different clips on the Pope thing about. So Benny Johnson kind of.
I wish you could clip that. I wish you could clip that out of Edwin No, man. I don't know how you do it on Rumble.
Man, I do too. If it's a YouTube video, I can just use timestamps and stuff, but I don't really know how to do any of the other ones yet. I'm still learning that type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and do that too. Get the timestamps from that video, and I didn't do it.
Right. All right. Well, let's see about this real quick. This is Benny Johnson, like I said, talking about, because apparently the last person there was JD Vance, and a lot of people are talking about that, which is kind of funny for real. But you know, man, maybe, I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last person that the Pope met, in public at least, was JD Vance. This, in fact, was the last photograph of the Pope right here. Pope's final meeting was with JD Vance. Conspiracy theorists screamed and claimed that JD Vance killed the Pope. This is the final meeting. As you can see here, the Pope just kind of, getting up there, right? Getting up there, was not healthy. Had spent weeks in the hospital before this. And many people blamed JD for the demise of the Pope. Here's what the meeting sounded like.
So good to see you. Good morning. How are you? Find yourself? Yeah, thank you. I've not been feeling great, but it's good to see you in better health.
So JD Vance acknowledges that the Pope has actually had a bunch of health scares. The Pope then lavishes JD Vance with gifts for his children, says that he's doing well, wishes him a happy Easter, and so on. It's a very cordial meeting. To say that the Pope wanted to disrespect JD Vance or dissed him is stupid. I also saw that out there. It's just like, this is the reality, right? If you want to diss the guy, you don't meet with him, especially when when you're on death's door, right? You're clearly not feeling well. But this is the Pope engaging in his papal duties. Doesn't stop libs from making insane comments like this. The Pope Francis appeared vibrant and youthful after meeting JD Vance. He dies. He did not appear vibrant and youthful. He'd been sick for a very long time. The left is literally blaming JD Vance for murder of the Pope. This is where you can spot the brain rot. You're going to find it very hard to convince me that JD Vance did not kill the Pope. They're all saying that JD Vance was so selfish and brought germs into the Vatican that killed the Pope. Keith Olbermann. And I would not want to be JD Vance right now. Got it? Pope Francis died, and people are already accusing JD Vance of killing the Pope. It actually trended this morning, even though the Pope gave JD Vance a Vatican tie and rosaries and 3 large chocolate Easter eggs for his children. JD Vance saying early in the morning, posting at 4:45 a.m., learned of the passing of Pope Francis. My heart goes out to the millions of Christians who loved him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we know the cause of death, and JD Vance is off the hook. In fact, this had nothing to do with the pneumonia or the respiratory condition that the Pope was suffering from. You can see here, he'd been wheelchair bound for quite some time. Pope Francis died of a stroke, which led to a coma, which led to an irreversible cardiocirculatory collapse, the Vatican announced on Monday afternoon. Dr. Andrea Archangel, head of the Vatican's health department, revealed that the pontiff's cause of death, and noted that in addition to the cerebral stroke, the 88-year-old Pope was suffering from pneumonia in both lungs that caused episodes of respiratory insufficiency, so inability to breathe. Noted that Francis had type 2 diabetes and hypertension, so also had some major health problems from that perspective. The Pope's death followed more than 2 months of being in and out of hospitals in Rome, battled severe respiratory infections, and required high flows of supplemental oxygen, blood transfusions, a 38-day stay in an Italian hospital. Was also hospitalized with bronchitis. So lots of compromising health problems for the Pope. Stroke early in the morning, went into a coma, had a heart attack, and passed away. So it had nothing to do with JD Vance's germs, idiots.
Had nothing to do with germs, idiots.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny because somebody said that to me. Oh, what do you think about that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I definitely don't think that's why. And if so, I don't know.
No.
I don't know how. I don't know. It is funny though, because I'm quick to a conspiracy theory, but that's just like it's already
ain't
old.
going down that road.
Yeah. I don't understand about the different white, black popes and stuff. I always hear stuff about that, but I don't really get it. But people do say that. Oh yeah, Bonnie May show. She talked about last night about coming on. Yeah, I think she's asleep or something like that, maybe because she just didn't. I messaged her and she didn't respond. But I don't know. She may just be busy. But I think if she finds some time, she'll probably pop up. I was kind of surprised. Thanks, Billy. Okay, Zach, I can send you a link if you want to come do an update on Tom. I don't really know if we should put videos of him out there without really getting his permission, but updates are great. Everybody loves Tom. I sure miss him. I kind of wonder if he's going to be able to come back to the platform at all. Maybe at least as a chatter, if not as a streamer. But I certainly hope he'll be able to stream too, because I do miss him. That was one of my real close friends, like back in the day, like, a long time ago, Truth with Tom. So I sent you a link, Zach, if you want to do the update on Tom. I think of all people, if anybody's gonna, it should be Zach, because as he said, he's like a grandson to him. I never forgot that. It's really sweet of him to say. The Simpsons had a Pope Unalive thing a few years ago. Simpsons are crazy like that.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
I was gonna go do something with them. I thought about it, but it's like, man, I don't know. There's so many episodes you could almost make something out of nothing.
Yeah, I agree with you there. There's a lot of episodes. How long they've been on? Like 33, 34, 35 years now?
I mean, I grew up with The Simpsons. I don't know. I mean, I remember watching it as a little kid. And then, it's like you get into MK Ultra and there's something about that stuff. It is weird.
Yeah.
Are you trying to Beetlejuice Carl? I did send Carl the link. He's another one of those people that didn't want to hang out with me today. He became they're Camilla now, though. They're probably loving on each other.
Yeah. A whole lot of loving going on.
And then I can't remember what the last part. It's still just talking about the last few days, how he spent his last few days, the Pope. Zach says YouTube sucks. I can't see Virginia. I have that happen with certain people too, that I know I've literally talked through other people and neither one of us have blocked the other, and yet we can't see each other in chat. But like somebody will tell me they're talking. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Zach, can you see
Jeff B.
Oh yeah. I can't play the troll thing unless he trolls. I can't do it. Yeah, that's true. I can't see Moose Man. That's who it was, Moose Man. And he can't see me, but we went and looked in our settings and stuff, and neither one of us blocked the other, but we just can't see each other. It's weird. I don't know what that is.
YouTube just they got their picks, I think. I don't know. I hate YouTube for that.
Yeah, that's a lightweight troll there. I love me some crack rock. What the hell? Don't tell everybody. What, like, can you see me now instead of can you hear me now? Oh, Lord have mercy. What's this talk? I don't like that. Oh, my God. He's silly.
The hunter fell off the dock. Got all wet.
If it wasn't so, if it wasn't so late, I shouldn't go on so late. I mean, it's like, it's not even close to his schedule. I wouldn't blame him for never making a show unless we're still on. Oh my gosh. I don't know. So, like I said, there's just a little bit more. Get this Benny Johnson video at the end of it over just because it's a little more.
I don't know, Jerry. I ain't seen none of them in a long time.
No, I heard somebody mentioning Kim Kardashian attached to that, which I don't know nothing about really. Get out of there. Yeah. Oh my gosh, stop it. Dogs think they're ferocious. Stop it. You be good. Why you want to act up right now?
He was death with a stroke. Despite doctors urging him to rest, he spent the final day riding through St. Peter's Square, offering blessings, last gesture of love and service to the faithful. Again, I have my disagreements with Pope Francis, but let me tell you what a way to go out. I mean, meeting with world leaders, He did the Easter blessing. He rode around in the Pope-mobile, greeted tens of thousands of faithful. There's 40,000 people in the Vatican yesterday. I mean, that's just doing your duties, right? So that's the good. It's like, you can see the good, you can see the bad. Here's what I hope. I hope that the Catholic Church does the thing that is leading to a spike in conversions to the Catholic Church, which is a deep and profound desire for a return to tradition, for a return to stability, and for the stability that the church provides. It's the longest lasting seat of power in the world, right? Presidents come and go, dictators come and go, sultans come and go, monarchs come and go. The papacy is unbroken, right? And so people like crave that right now because everything is so topsy-turvy. Everything seems to be like all norms are under attack in society.
Topsy-turvy, not to be confused with tippy top.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to. What a weird. But yeah, I saw something about that again too. See, my memory is too short. Here's Zach about the what is it? The tippy top again. I saw something about that in Telegram. I'm pretty sure. What's up, Zach?
Yeah.
All right. So if you get it all loaded up, you're just gonna have to yell over top of us because as soon as I wait, you'll be typing and we'll just sit here and quiet.
Yesterday, Laura told me, just got home. His doctor's appointment was at 9 o'clock in Lewisburg. Up at 6. On the road at 7. Dr. White Ian to put another scope through his nose. He's going to send him to cancer doctor, but he thinks radiation and chemotherapy is the best way. I can do that in Elkins. So, we're thinking maybe Tuesday or Wednesday to come home. I have a meeting with the exit crew Monday at 1 o'clock. So now I really have to get the ramp finished.
Awesome. So yeah, I didn't know that was cancer. I thought it was a stroke. Like, oh my gosh, what radiation's only for cancer? I must have missed something along the way. But getting to go home is a big thing because he hasn't since it started. That's awesome. I am glad he does get to at least go home. But yeah, the cancer is news to me. So earlier you were talking about Redacted, Pootie. I don't know if you were talking about that as a channel or so I totally just subbed them today. It's got to be because of you. Must have seen something and subbed because I did. I just saw something today with that channel about the Katy Perry crap, you know. What's
that on today?
I don't think it was. It's a couple days old, but
yeah.
Everything on the 2020 election to military courts. Whoa. All right. That's interesting. Military courts via national security and Article 2, Section 2. Is that true, Pootie? Fact check, Jeff B.
I don't know. I didn't see. I missed it today where he was signing EOs. I got him at when they was answering questions, but I missed what EOs he signed.
Me too, Larry. And like, there's just so much has gone on since that. But he must have
signed so many. Can't keep up with all of them.
That's definitely true. Oh my gosh. What's up, Andy?
That's what I said about old Holcomb and who was it? Holcomb and James is suing Trump. I said they better be careful because you remember that EOE signed where if you file a lawsuit and lose, you got to pay all the fees.
Yeah.
You got to pay for both lawyers and every court costs and everything.
Dang.
So they better be careful about who they sue.
Man, that's another reason I'm really happy about my YouTube channel. So that all the times when I'm in here, so many people will be like, oh, this video, and it's in the chat. You just don't understand. For somebody still learning all the things, that's not good enough being in the chat because I won't be able to just make it happen. But if it's in an email or if it's in a message, now we're talking. So put it in here too. But like, I know other people are really good at this stuff, been doing it for a really long time and all of that, and they can just pull off stuff that I don't know how they do it with such ease. But yeah, I'm still learning all that stuff. So I'm really excited.
a lot of them got a phone open and a laptop open and a computer running. They got 2 or 3 things they're do it with, you know.
That's the only way I can do a lot of stuff in the chat is with my phone. But yeah, so then I watch it. I'll
Yeah.
go through it and I'll watch it, and then I'll try to put it into a folder, and it's not fast enough. It doesn't happen immediately. So it's like, here he goes. Look, he's like, fact check me. Here's the numbers.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'll be honest, like a lot of people talk a lot of smack when it comes to Jeff B and everything. But I feel like 3 out of 4 of his comments are usually actual news. Maybe even higher accuracy than that. He likes to troll and say crazy stuff to people, but when he's talking about news, it's usually pretty consistently at least some version of it, you know.
Yeah.
I always look at his messages.
Yeah. He's all right. For a white boy.
I mean, after all the schmeckles that have been thrown at him, and he just keeps showing up, you know, I'm a legend in the business.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far now.
But yeah, I don't think I'd have come back after the first time a schmeckle got thrown at me. I think I'd have been done. He's Brazilian, I'll give him that. So
yeah.
So I'll play this little piece of the redacted because I mean it certainly is because of you that I saw that. But it's about Katy Perry because I want to laugh at Katy Perry a little bit. It's some wild stuff going on in the world. I don't know how it could be possible that they actually went and did the dang thing. I don't know about it.
It's all a show.
And this is it, right? Is this who you were talking about? This chick here or whatever, and her man or whoever this guy is, redacted with Natalie and Clayton.
Yeah.
Totally slipped them today. I enjoyed this little bit here.
And they say,
he used to be on. I think he used to be on Fox. I think it was.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that. Huh.
Space capsule, we did research up there. So I'm very confused because the whole thing was 11 minutes. They were actually in space for 4 minutes. So I can't wait to see what kind of research can be done in 4 minutes. Here is Gayle King justifying how she accomplished so much, and her fellow passenger, Aisha Bowe, who is a scientist, saying, hey, we did serious business in that 4 minutes.
Oh, there's so many things that have been developed in space that benefit Earth, from pharmaceuticals to like research on agriculture.
Yeah.
And, you know, I paused there because we did research and it was emotional. I mean, part of what I accomplished in my flight was I was looking at the future of being able to produce crops that can withstand harsh environments so we can look at food security here on Earth. And simultaneously, we also were able to certify that device so more people could do research on New Shepard.
So what?
Okay.
If Privateer Production in our chat says, 4 minutes playing with stuffed animals, which is what they were doing.
Well, let's look into that research, shall we? I took a look, and she has, in fact, collaborated with Winston-Salem State University, which they call themselves a historically Black educational institution. And according to this release, their project was to bring crop plants on her flight. So presumably, they were in her purse or in a container. We never got to see any footage of the plants. And she says, and this project says that now the students will analyze how plants responded to microgravity at the molecular level. So some questions. Did they actually need her to be there, or could they have put it in like a suitcase and sent that up in the overhead compartment? Or what was her role there? Just bringing them along because she already had a ticket. Also, the footage in the pod showed these ladies mostly fooling around with tchotchke. So does she really do anything while she was there, or did she just carry along those plants and like anybody could have done it? You could have put it in like a barrel or something. And can you really study? This is a good question for Philip, who has a molecular biology background. Can you study exposure to something from 4 minutes in a pressurized chamber? Like, what are we going to get from this? What is humanity going to get from this, do you think?
I mean, I think if 4 minutes of exposure to microgravity would affect the molecules in whatever plant she had, I would argue that everybody on the International Space Station is like way overly mutated, or they're just disintegrated. Like, I don't see like maybe I don't know. Maybe there's some like research parameters that I'm not familiar with here, but I wouldn't say that if somebody wrote this up as a proposal for research that this would gain any traction whatsoever. This seems a little suspect.
A little suspect. I don't know.
That thing about it,
Go ahead.
they never went to space. They never went to space. They went to the edge of space.
Okay, yeah. Well, I saw a bunch of different things. I didn't get them all, but like a lot of people were different about it that actually did go. Like Shatner's one of them, and they go into that on here a little bit. and his reaction, but it wasn't just him. Like several people were like, you know, Katy Perry's all like, it's magical and I'm attached to love and all this weird stuff after, you know, being in space, and everybody else is like, it's somber and it's, you know, like a completely opposite feelings. And it's like, I don't know, kind of weird.
That's why I say they never even experienced weightlessness. That where they floating around was from them falling. They didn't even make it to where it was weightless.
Somebody said, to quote Buzz Lightyear, falling with style.
Yeah.
I did like that movie. But yeah, I didn't expect Buzz Lightyear quote, 10 in the Mercedes.
I just seen where Bud Light still ain't recovered from that.
I hope you weren't back there long, 10. When I'm not on this screen, I don't see.
Yeah, no, you gotta watch Cola. She'll leave you back there.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. I had to go get some allergy stuff. So. Yeah.
They are married. I'm behind again.
Flonase.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got.
Yeah, Virginia, I think Schmeckles is better than the D word. Even though I say it, but I'm just saying I think Schmeckles. It's funnier too, you know? Because you just don't hear anybody say something often. You know who says it is Yorga. Yorga says Schmeckle a lot. And shit cracks me up every time.
I think dick is overused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I've shit my seat.
All right, so I'm catching back up. Cola, they are married. Well, shit, I done talked about so much. I have no idea who she's talking about. Shoot. Skip ahead. Do y'all know? wait. I said something about Camel, but that was a way long time ago, and I don't think they're married. Here you go.
The redacted couple.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, good job, Booty. I don't know why. It could be 3 minutes ago, and my brain's like, oh, what?
Yeah, they're married and I think they got 3 kids. One of them comes on there once in a while. Older one, I think he's like 15 or 16 or something like that.
Okay, so this says, here you go. EO on Perkins Coie that will put Hillary Clinton in jail. Man, I'll believe that when I see that. I wouldn't be mad.
It's coming.
You think so?
It's coming. Yeah.
See, this right here is why I love Hootie. Go ahead.
That law firm's from Seattle. They're slimy as shit. Like yeah, Perkins and Coie is big in Seattle, guys. Okay.
Trump suing. Which one's Trump suing for like $50 billion or something like that? I think he's suing one of them.
Is it not that one? Because that's the only I've heard that.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's the other one. Chessboard.
Yuck. I think this chick is mansplaining.
Mansplaining?
Yeah, I mean, how does a woman mansplain though? I don't know. I guess that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other thing that's just a couple minutes long that they talk about, like I said, is William Shatner, and they have footage from his, and they talk about how their face didn't get messed up, and just like a lot of things that are pretty interesting too. And it's short.
Yeah, their hair wasn't all like jerked forward like you've been in an accident. Come on.
Yeah,
it
it's
should have been all fuckered up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, this is only like 2 minutes of talking. It's more about his footage, and it's just completely different, man. It does not even look the same at all.
God.
Oh, Jesus. No description.
They're just so quiet. They're just like taking it in, except for the woman. But
This is
There's a lesson. Just don't send women into space.
So once he turns over his shoulder to say, wow, but he's not promoting anything. He said, it gave him this profound sadness almost. It was humbling for him. Quite the opposite to the group of Barbies. Also, you might have noticed they weren't wearing these NASCAR looking suits. Well, the New York Times reported that Lauren Sanchez worked with designers from Oscar de la Renta to make these. And here was their goal, according to one of the designers. If we make these suits approachable and like something anyone could wear, then space might feel a little bit less distant. Maybe people would say, I want to buy that spacesuit and go to the gym.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Get out of
You're
town.
supposed to be motivated
Oh my
to
God.
go to the gym by these space outfits that were
Show me.
flattering and hourglass looking.
Who would wear those to the gym? Like, what the heck is that even? That's like something that really they said. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
There's like one more minute. I don't remember what it is, but
And also they could zip down to here because that's Lauren Sanchez MO. So are you inspired to go to the gym? Again, now, even though these ladies are now calling themselves astronauts, the FAA rules say they are not. FAA rules require that the crew members have, quote, demonstrated activities during flight that were essential to public safety or contributed to human space flight safety. None of these girls did this. William Shatner didn't either. They took their seatbelts off and on and in order to descend. So it would be shameless to call yourself an astronaut given these rules. And of course, the contrast of people who actually are astronauts. It's
degrading.
yeah. And they just said the opposite of what they wanted to hear with the shouldn't send women to space. They're really pissed probably if they watch this.
Well, say that woman in there was Shatner, her hair wasn't sticking out. Remember that woman on the space station? Every time they showed her hair was sticking out everywhere, and theirs was laying down.
Part. That must have been a different part of this where they talked about that. She talked about like your face.
Aquanet from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's Aquanet. Big hair.
Oh yeah. They just gonna go up there and spray it. Don't save it the trouble seeping up there, huh?
I had big hair.
Oh wait, I'm behind.
Jeff B said, "Where's 10 the fell-in going?"
Oh yeah, everybody was asking about you, 10. Everybody was asking in the chat when I first opened it up, like 3 or 4 different people. Because I guess because you haven't been feeling good in the missing the show.
Yeah, I've been feeling like shit, you guys. Like total just not, so I'm sorry. I just don't have the spunk,
Jeff.
But I'm not a felon, Jeff. Jesus. do I really look like a felon? I mean, come on. Jeez.
What do felons look like?
Yeah, I don't know. Do felons drive Mercedes? Well, actually, a lot of felons.
Some of them do. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say some of them probably do. But okay.
Yeah, Trump rides around in the Beast.
I'll find you guys here on the computer. I gotta get my stuff out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Navy vet. She said she got sprinkled by the freckles. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The Wrath of Khan. What is that? And then they talk about how they got mad about the girls a little bit.
They get bad. So he said that dude was driving the spaceship because they didn't crash.
Who said that? Is it in the chat? I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, is this a quote of Elon? You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Well, the last bit is like about a minute. I don't even think it's a full minute. And I can't remember either, but I feel like it was something worth
Just 2 things. One, I would say like the only research I think you could conduct in 4 minutes would be like microgravity's effect on your bladder would probably be a good, if any of them peed themselves, then we would know that. But like, it's the difference between saying like, if I tell you Seattle this weekend, you would assume that I got on a plane and somebody else piloted it to Seattle. If I said I flew a plane to Seattle, you would assume I was the one flying the plane. That's why they're calling it a ride, because they didn't do anything. They just rode.
Right.
They were just in it.
Yeah.
I think next time you fly, Philip, you'll be considered part of the crew and may have to go up in the cockpit and take things over.
Yeah. I mean, is it offensive to the bus if I'm just riding?
Yeah.
At that point, I'll be a captain and an admiral. So, because I've been on a boat before too.
I just kind of thought they were funny for real with the because everybody's thinking it, you know.
Yeah.
We're all thinking it. Then something happened with Wendy's or something, but I didn't have the patience to sit through all of that. But something happened with Wendy's made a joke or something like this, and Katy Perry slapped back at him. Like, oh my God, let it go. It's goofy.
I forgot what the last one was, but yeah, Wendy's been making fun of her.
It's pretty good. It's pretty awesome when even the commercials and stuff are making fun of the pop culture.
Yeah.
Kind of great. So I really wish I had a lot more. I want to see more TikToks. I got a bunch of them in one spot, but I wish I had more to choose from because I know if I had like TikTok, I know TikTok's going nuts. And 10 probably has seen a bunch of them making fun of making fun of her.
Well, it's all right, but boy. They send you 50,000 messages a day.
Oh yeah, that's what I don't like a lot of notifications, but
yeah.
I don't know. Some of the things this chick said were just hilarious. Like, we weren't just taking up space and all this. Like, she was just too much. It was funny though.
I seen it was in the Gateway Pundit that she done had to cancel 2 or 3 of her shows because of all that crap.
Nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Allegedly. Well, this other chick did a little bit. If I had a little bit more time, I say that every time, but I really don't have as much as I wish I did. This chick's called Tisa Tells. She's all right. She covers everything, but sometimes she's funnier than it just depends. But this is a little short.
If you want to laugh, this is not. I feel super connected to money. Is she just not insufferable? Oh my God. Now, I have a lot to say about the Jeff Bezos Amazon flying personal massager to space. Firstly, that yes, women too.
Okay, this actually isn't funny. She just actually tells you who the most important people on this flight were, and it wasn't the celebs. And I didn't know, so I found it interesting to hear this.
Can be rich, self-important, self-indulgent assholes just like men can. But whenever I hear anybody talking about I'm gonna call them the passengers, because I'm not gonna call them the crew, because they didn't actually do anything. They essentially just took like a Waymo to space. But when anybody ever talks about them, they only talk about 3 of them: Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and Katy Perry, which is so frustrating to me because those 3, and I think maybe that lady on the end, I think she makes movies. So these 4 women have really no business being in a spacecraft. They didn't add anything to the experience. They didn't learn anything. They didn't divulge any new information about space, which is what space exploration is for. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the 2 people getting talked about the least are the 2 people that actually know things about space and actually belong in a spacecraft. The first is Aisha Bowe, who is the first Bahamian woman to ever go into space. And she was a rocket scientist, a literal rocket scientist at NASA. So she knows stuff about space. But the person that I think is getting spoken about the least, but deserves the most attention is her, Amanda Nguyen. Amanda is the daughter of Vietnamese immigrants, and she went to Harvard and MIT and was studying at NASA to become an astronaut. But she had to put her dreams of going to space on hold because Amanda was raped. But instead of continuing to pursue her dreams of going to space, she decided to pursue something that she thought was more important at the time. And that was becoming an activist and fighting for victims' rights. And through that advocacy work, she was able to get Congress to pass the Sexual Assault Survivors' Rights Act, which gives sexual assault survivors the rights to free medical exams, the right to keep the forensic evidence like their rape kits, and the right to receive notifications if and when that evidence is going to be destroyed. So she put her own personal dreams aside, her dreams of going to space. She put them aside so that she could help fight for survival. And she was finally able to realize her dream yesterday. I'm so happy for her. And when Amanda asked her mom, if she was proud of her, she said, of course she was. And she said, we came on boats and now we're on spaceships. Sorry. Taking up space. Congratulations, Amanda.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, I thought, because I didn't know that.
But
I'm just listening to everybody trolling them, and I'm sitting here trying to just decide if they even were really there or how this went. I don't know. I feel like the fact that they got so offended over it kind of just makes me think even more so.
If I'd caught all the backlash they've been catching, I wouldn't show my face ever again.
Right. This is just literally a few seconds of her saying that quote that I think is hysterical. Oh, good. I'm going back for it. Oh, crap. Okay, good. It went black screen. Sometimes it just does that. All right, real quick. Let's see. It's like 20 something seconds, but it's hilarious to me. Well,
top of victim in all this. Well, it came from Wendy's hamburgers. Yes, that Wendy's.
Oh
hamburgers.
shoot, is this not the right plan? Maybe she'll explain it actually.
Oh, I like
Yeah, this is. I do too, actually. But we might. This is not where I'm supposed to be at. But we were just talking about it. Let's hear about the Wendy's thing because it's stupid.
Then after Katy Perry was mocked, and baby, we have all the memes if you want to laugh at them later on. Laughed at her for going up there. She had they literally said, "Hey, can we send her back?" It was funny. It was you know, on TikTok.
Okay.
They all have a key with everybody. Well, Katy Perry couldn't leave that alone. Because she started talking to Wendy's big and bad, like she had Jeff Bezos' billions. She said Wendy didn't make a joke. They made a choice. Their recent post on X aimed at Katy Perry was not only disrespectful, but blatantly inappropriate. Katy, have you lost your mind? And she had the nerve to say that she deserved an apology. Girl, again, how are these flunkies wrapping themselves in Jeff Bezos' billions? Baby, we are looking for food and some sanity in the U.S. You think we care about your hurt feelings? What time?
You think we heard about your hurt feelings? All they said is send her back. Okay, what I really want is just 20 something
No,
seconds.
they had another one after that. I mean, I don't know if it's on there or not, but they posted another one after that, and boy, that really got her.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody respects your ridiculousness. So you know what? Let's keep on laughing. Let's go.
The unity. I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space.
Oh my god.
Side note,
That's the one. We weren't just taking up space. We were, or whatever she said is crazy. But yeah, at the end, there's a bunch of different videos that are all pretty funny, but it's like 6 minutes or something. I'm not going to do it right now, but I am going to get it ready because it was pretty funny. And that's what made me think, man, I wish I had TikTok. I don't really want it, but like moments like this, I do, because I know they probably made so many funny videos about this, and I could just sit and watch them for like waste an hour, watching people make fun of her. That's to admit out loud, but I could totally do that.
I'm game.
You already have the TikTok. Yeah, you already have the TikTok.
Oh God, TikTok is nuts as shit.
It's definitely the funniest thing that's happened lately.
You find a lawyer for your theft case.
Oh, Zach left. Good night, Zach. I didn't see him go. God, Zura and nice.
No, that's Lori Jones and her theft case. That's who you're talking about, Jeff B from TikTok. Come on, get it right. And don't worry, I got my Ashley Trevino bean dip here in my Doritos tonight.
Oh, you told me it was in chat. You didn't tell me Billy said it, Pootie. Of course Billy said it.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that part. That makes sense. That checks out.
Leave my damn garage. My garage is pretty clean, actually.
You said you could eat off the floor.
Well, no, it's not that good. Like, outlet is in here. Are you kidding me?
Baby Vet's always making some cinnamon rolls. That's what Billy's trying to say.
Oh,
I swear. I love them.
I love cinnamon. Have you tried those new orange rolls they got in the freezer section, the Rhodes? Oh, damn. And then you pour the heavy cream in them.
Oh, man. No, but it sounds amazing.
It's called TikTok style. It's really delish, guys.
My old lady makes homemade cinnamon rolls. Boy, they're the bomb.
Oh, if I had the time, well, I do. No, I'm just lazy. What the fuck are you talking about?
There you go. Just get it right now. Get it right.
Yeah, that's the time. I'm in retirement mode. Yeah,
it is weird, the timing of the death there, especially when
it was right on time.
Oh my gosh!
Look at the Q post.
Oh my gosh! I haven't.
I haven't either. Have you been looking at them, Pooters?
Right.
Yeah, well, it's on it was on the And We Know the other day. They lined it right up with a Q post.
So is there a YouTube version of And We Know, or do anybody covers it?
No.
They're just
not that I know of.
You want me to find it?
Yeah.
Somebody else could probably play it, with it not being on YouTube. I just haven't figured it out yet. I bet it's possible. Like I could pull up a Rumble video, right? Or but the only thing I've ever done successfully was YouTube. I'm not saying it can't be done. I just don't know how yet. But yeah, I'm sure it can be done. It's just so much easier on YouTube.
He knows how to do it.
Yeah, I know how to do all that. I could teach you. Don't worry.
Just a coincidence, still B. Just a coincidence.
Well, that's something I noticed too in Telegram and stuff. Like sometimes Rumble or whatever, but every once in a while, what's up, Brian Lloyd? It will have a link for a YouTube version of it. Not every time, but sometimes. Yeah, I'm sure the time has to do with those posts, Virginia. They don't ever do that shit half-assed. They'll be like, it was on this date at this time, and then everything it's
Jerry.
It's crazy how the numbers just keep repeating in ways that it would just mathematically impossible. But I don't know. What's it called? Allegedly for
Allegedly,
only. Let me say all the things. But yeah, it does seem that way. It just all lines up so perfectly. Man, I want to see now, Pootie. He always goes.
We needed to get rid of him.
Get rid of the
corrupt Pope and stuff.
Yeah, but you see, he selected almost all of the people that's in line to replace him.
Yeah, they've already got some guy there parading around calling him Peter.
Yeah.
I seen that on TikTok earlier, and I thought, oh, okay.
That's what they're afraid of. He's going to be worse than this Pope.
Possibly. Well, I think each and every one of them have been, to be honest with you. I think they've been down the line, and they know what's under the Vatican, and they know they're vampires and they're drinking shit they shouldn't be.
Man, well, it's just like Fox the other day was talking about the red shoes.
Oh yeah,
the Red Shoe Club.
Yeah, we know what that means.
So years and years ago, there were I wish I had an original article or something. I have not seen it in years, but I remember Macaulay Culkin had said a couple strange things. One of the things he said that was a tweet: Malik, somebody eats babies. Like that's what he said. Swear. And it was a tweet, and it's a person. I don't know the guy's last name, but I wrote it down because I was like, I know I'm going to forget this, and it's going to get wiped. But it was like a long time ago. And it wasn't just that. He said stuff about, that's what the producers were saying to him. It's like, we'll turn you into a pair of shoes, kid, if you don't act right. Just trying to like traumatize him and scare him to do right when he was a little star. When he was just a little boy. Anyways, I don't have any of the clips. I wish I did have an article or something, an exact quote of him. But I don't know. That's what I always think of. It's like him as a little kid dealing with grimy people talking about, I'll make you into some shoes, kid. Can you imagine? It's scary.
Wasn't it kind of ironic that Ronald's shoes are gigantic red shoes?
Dorothy's, they weren't even red. Dorothy's shoes weren't even red in the book. Yeah, there's some weird things.
Well, and then you go back to the woman in the shoe from the nursery rhyme, and every time they show that shoe in a drawing, it always seems to be a red shoe. I don't know why. I just kind of put that together like a little while back. I thought, well, that's weird. All those books when I was a little, the shoes were always red. The woman in the shoe that had so many children, she didn't know what to do.
Oh, look who it is, Virginia. What's up, chick?
Hey,
Virginia.
Clowns are demonic.
They are. I've never been a clown person.
Yeah. Funny you say that, 103. I've had a few videos come in my feed just the last few days about clowns. Like one theory was the Nephilim looked like clowns. You know, and a few things, the whole concept of the mask and bring in Stephen King's It and how they're in the underworld and they're feeding off children's fear.
We all float down here. Oh, God.
Clowns are horrifying.
So look, Willard says the next pope will be a black pope. See, I don't understand. The Pootie, do you? The black pope, the white pope, and is there not one more?
Yeah, it's either gray or red. I think I was corrected last night that it's gray, but I said black, white, and red. But maybe it's black, white, and gray.
I can't stop hearing this all the time, and yet I've never seen it. Like, I don't know. I've never seen anyone like it. Yeah, I'm usually funny. How, like a clown? Sorry, the comments get me every time. But So is this like is it a common knowledge thing? Like, or just if you know, or is this like I don't understand where this, it's just like kind of whispers. It's kind of like information people just tell each other, or where's it coming from? The history of there being 3 different colored popes like that.
I wouldn't say it's common knowledge, but the white pope is the one that you see in the news. He's wearing a white
sense. That's what
gown.
I would have guessed,
He's the one in the spotlight. Okay. But then like the black pope, it has nothing to do with the color of skin. He's the one that's more in the shadows, kind of a little bit more of a puppeteer. The either red or gray, they've got a different role. I don't know what it is. I wasn't raised Catholic. I'm not sure, but it's like they each have a different power structure. And the white pope is the one that we see in public, and they're the ones that get publicly voted in.
It's not a conspiracy. It's a part of their faith. See, I'm not Catholic either. Hey, John Dunning.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's I definitely
it's a Trinity, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I definitely went down the rabbit hole a while back about the black magic, like what is it called? There were only a small number of them. It's a really high. It's on the bad side, the satanic side. And I don't know. I was playing this guy who said that he was one of them, and I can't remember the name of it, a Grand Master or something. But this is something that doesn't get talked about. It's not like out there, like you're saying. This is, everybody knows this or should know it if you're a Catholic. It's not like a conspiracy. I don't think the other one is either, though. I can't remember what they call them. I don't think
a lot of Catholics even realize it, to be honest. A lot just go to church and do their prayers as they're told, and that's it. Like it's not a conspiracy, but I don't even think the mainstream body of the church realizes it. They're kind of in like a compartmentalized state of mind.
But you know how, like, as things change, like you will hear something over and over again, different places. It's like collective consciousness, like not on the news, but different people having lives and just everybody's been talking about this lately. Like I couldn't miss it if I wanted to. Everybody's mentioned it lately about the different popes. And for some reason it's being talked about now, I guess because he died. I guess that makes sense.
He's in the mainstream news.
Wait, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna do my Ash Trevina bean dip here, guys.
Y'all want to laugh at some more some of these Katy Perry TikToks for a second? I don't know that every single one of them's funny, but I wish I had more. I wish I'd had more time and had several to go through, because it is fun to make fun of right now. It's just kind of funny.
Out of here. Perry, hello. Do I think that your indulgent trip to space that pumped out millions of tons of CO2 and connected you to one of the most unlikable men on the planet damaged your image? No, silly. God, yeah, I think spending millions of dollars to destroy the planet is extremely likable. Yes. Oh, you did an absolutely brilliant job when you were up there, looking into a camera rather than outside at the space that you've gone up to visit. No, really brilliant. We loved what you said when you got back down to Earth.
I feel super connected to love.
What do I think it means? Help me out. Please help me out. Quick. Well, we thought that the fact that it doesn't make any sense at all is kind of the point. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's what we thought. You sounded so likable up there.
Katie saying, "What a wonderful world." She did.
Katy Perry singing directly into your face in a tiny enclosed metal pod that's hurtling towards the Earth's surface at 10,000 miles an hour. Are you kidding me? Those are lucky ladies up there.
You never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
Katie, my sister is...
Well down. They get you one way or the other.
Shut up. We literally can't eat. What are you talking about? We're starving. The people are starving. They won't even...
Anyway, like I said, they're not all actually funny, but some of them were pretty daggone funny. And I was thinking, man, I wish I had. Or even YouTube. I haven't seen a lot of it, like, on YouTube. A lot of the funny ones. Do you guys remember when Amber Heard said, "I stepped on a bee," and then everybody made that video? I don't know if you guys know.
Man. All I can think of is Amber's turd. Like,
oh my god!
I did
Oh
watch
man,
I did watch a
I
bit of
forgot
that.
about that.
The bee, it didn't stick in my mind as much as the turd. I'm just.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then she blames it on a dog who is the same
Yeah.
size as said excrement. It's like,
Oh,
no,
man.
do
And the
that.
dog is like, really, bitch? You know? Yeah.
Sure, Vicky was the dog who was framed. Yeah, I
Dude,
just
Johnny
remember.
Depp cracking up in court was the funniest part of that whole thing. They would say things and we even show videos, and he would be laughing. He'd be like, "Dude, I'm trying not
And
to
then
laugh."
he would get people to laugh.
Yes.
In the, it was like it was. Yeah, it was. I don't know. Interesting.
Well, he's an actor and he's charming, and we all love Johnny Depp.
Oh
But
my god!
at the same time, though, reverse abuse does happen. So, you know, he did kind of lay a precedent for like, now, wait a minute, sometimes the bitch is crazy. I mean, we all saw the video where he broke a bunch of glasses. I think, I don't know, at a cupboard of
Salted the cabinets.
glasses
That's
or something. The
I
yeah.
salted the cabinets.
Yeah, he lost his temper a few times.
He
Okay.
slammed a couple cabinet doors, dude. I've seen that so many. I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess I'm under the programming. Gay or a woman. Get out of here, Billy.
That's probably
I
true.
feel sorry for him during this trial. I could not believe when that tape got played and she said, "What are you, Johnny Depp, going to tell the world that I abused you? What,
Right.
you are going to do that?" And she was, her tone and the way she was talking down to him, it was disgusting. And I was like, man, I felt so
Yeah.
bad. I never
It
got
was
over
a good
that.
example of a manipulative female energy
She's the devil.
so oh man, I didn't shit your bed. The dog shit your bed. Come on.
Ghost released a song singing about we all need to come together and then singing about an end of a monarchy. That's weird. I agree. You like how Garrett garroted, but then he like pulled it back to the topic. He's getting better at you can't. I don't know if you can even call it a Garrett anymore.
Oh,
Right.
no.
You see that? He starts out talking about music, which wasn't the topic, but then we all need to come together and sing about it, about an end of a monarchy. Hey, he brought it back to the topic.
I'm still
Sorry.
not convinced that he's listening to us. I think he is gleaning from chat on what to say. That's you're still not going to convince me that he's not garroting. You know?
Oh, okay. I don't know. He pulls it. I have to give him a pass on that. Ungarroting. There you go. I just think it's because I never even noticed it. And then once it was said, I was like, dude, it's not, he's just always talking about music and concerts. Like that's his thing. But he definitely, brought that back to the topic of the Pope. It was pretty impressive for real. Oh my gosh, Stevie. Garrett's not AI. Dude, I hope not. I would feel dumb. I'm the one that thinks that's impossible.
Garrett, what's your favorite sandwich? Tell me in detail about your favorite sandwich, Garrett.
I'm so sorry. The stream, what stream was it? And he's like, if I was AI, would I say this? Oh my God. What's that? I know
That's
he's not.
what I would say.
Oh my God. I don't think I was. I think I was just sitting in chat and you were saying some things. Craig may have been there and y'all were just messing with him. And his comments were funnier than you guys, though. If I was AI, would I say this? How would I know this? I was like, oh my God, no, you're not. We know. They're just messing with you, dude.
Where's Craig and Yorga?
I don't know. Well, Yorga said he was just gonna sit it out. He wasn't feeling real great, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we miss you, Yorga.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Craig in forever.
Right. It's well, he doesn't do the later schedule. Craig doesn't. But at least not often. No, he said he was just chilling. He wasn't not feeling bad. My bad. I'm putting words in his mouth. He said he's just chilling.
Just chilling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He goes on YouTube breaks. He's smarter than us. He takes a little break away from it sometimes and purges out the YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'll call it. I took a YouTube break for a couple days. Yeah. Because my head fucking hurts, man.
Miss Bill C. Is that Bill for Bill Gates, or is it supposed to be a G?
I think that's Hillary.
Oh yeah, Bill C. Oh, Bill Clinton. Okay, duh. There's another Benny Johnson video with a lot of fun stuff in it. I said fun stuff. It's really not fun, but it's all stuff that I feel like was speculated, but has gotten kind of, proved as far as like Bill Gates, Epstein. Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, and their ties to Epstein and stuff. And I wasn't ever 100% sure that that's why Bill Gates' wife left him, but I was pretty sure. And I think we know now for at least 100% sure, where we were just speculating before.
You don't think she's complicit?
No, I mean, if she is, she's gotten away with it clean because she left him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's up there talking smack about him now. She definitely put some distance there.
That whole thing about how they hooked up was just really weird. They made a big deal out of it way back in the day.
I didn't realize they were together 30 years before they split even.
She supposedly worked for him at one of the Kirkland offices in Washington. She was like a head programmer or something. But the funny thing is the pictures of her then and now, that looks like a man.
Yeah, dude. It doesn't look like that's Robin Williams. Everybody knows that.
That's what I'm thinking. Because, yeah, Tootsie.
Well, the part too, it was almost comical that Benny Johnson covered about Bill Gates is like they asked about him, about Epstein, and he said he's dead, and then like got this weird, eerie little like smirk on his face. It was strange. And I don't know, that was kind of it for me. Like, what the heck? Also, somebody was heckling at Hillary a little bit about Epstein, and they totally trounced him out of there. I'll go back and show y'all that if you want. But, they were Benny. He was saying that it never is like that on the other side. Like we don't, like the right doesn't. People protest everything, and they don't treat them like that. But it was Hillary Clinton's camp. But this is not that. I'm going back to the Bill Gates thing we were just talking about. Him eerily saying, "Oh, well, he's dead," and then grinning. It's creepy as hell, man. Like I don't know. He probably
has void energy all the time. Just a weird.
He probably has secrets on him or something, I suppose.
Right.
Because he shouldn't be happy.
After all, it was Bill Gates that said, "Well, Jeffrey Epstein's dead," and then grinned ear to ear on live TV.
I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you or anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful.
What a creepy guy! I mean, this is worse than the Clinton. I thought the Clinton one was pretty bad. Look at Bill Gates' evil, twisted face when he says, "Well, he's dead," as the former richest man in the world. Bill Gates is probably very happy that Jeffrey Epstein is dead because Jeffrey Epstein was blackmailing him. Who is Malia Antonova, Russian bridge player who had an affair with Bill Gates. The affair with the Russian bridge player was revealed in a report claiming Epstein threatened to expose it to ruin Bill Gates. Gates' alleged Russian lover, Malia Antonova, would have been in her 20s when the pair supposedly engaged in a relationship. The billionaire tech titan would have been in his late 50s, still married to his wife, Melinda Gates. The details of the illicit pair's relationship was first revealed in the Wall Street Journal. Here's a photo of them.
Ugh, she looks like a little kid.
And Jeffrey Epstein had all the goods on his friend Bill. It was probably
so.
So did Melinda, though.
Yeah, she got away clean, it looks like. It's seeming that way.
Little kid when he met her, though.
She looked like a kid. Oh.
She did. She was really young.
Yeah.
They made a big deal out of it in Seattle because it was all over the fucking news. Bill Gates is engaged. Bill Gates is engaged. All the news stations made a big deal out of it because remember, that's where he made his living. He created... Well, he stole, the whole shit for the computer stuff.
about a minute long, talking about them splitting, which we kind of already know. But there's
also widely reported that Bill had
this an interview she did. But see, some of this stuff, it was more speculation, and now it's more like fact, which I guess doesn't matter. But I don't know. We get to know we were right about a lot of it.
a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not, that was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing, it was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in? I didn't realize that. Yeah. And you shared that with Bill, and he still continued to spend time with him?
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
Okay.
But I made it.
Yeah, see, she got away clean break on that too. Oh, that's for Bill to answer. She's probably got an NDA or something.
She's fake.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm saying, dude. I think she's complicit. She was saving her own ass with that divorce.
Yeah. She didn't even seem like she was a little bit empathetic or even sad or like shocked or, she just stone cold answered those questions. Nah, fake as fuck.
And yeah, well, then she went on, she's brought it back up and she wrote a book. So she's going to make money off of it and shit. Most people are going to buy it just to have some idea of, anything that they can get their hands on they didn't know.
Oh boy. I'll be right back. Hang on.
What's wrong?
Oh, something with my phone. Hang on.
All right. I'm going to play this one little part real quick. It's like a minute again or something like that. Oh, shoot.
Her husband, Bill Gates, had a deeply disturbing relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, really? Well, the blackmail, perhaps? Melinda Gates says that she knew her marriage to Bill Gates was in deep trouble when his infidelities and ties to Jeffrey Epstein were revealed publicly. The philanthropist wrote in her new memoir the next day that she
what a convenient time to finally know when they were made publicly. Like, she probably knew before that, too. That was a nice way to word that, actually. I didn't catch that the first time.
Began to have nightmares and quickly realized that they were having a shaky marriage. That October, things really reached a fever pitch when the New York Times published a deeply disturbing article that raised questions about Bill's conduct. Questions that suggest that he had betrayed not only our marriage, but our values. Oh, no. What a loser. This guy sitting there, this freaking cuck right here is sitting there telling you like how to live a healthy life. What a slob. Like demanding that you take his therapeutics. Please. Melinda 60 was referencing her then husband's relationship with Epstein, a convicted sex offender who died by suicide. Yeah, right. While awaiting sex trafficking federal conspiracy charges. According to the article, Bill met with Epstein on numerous occasions, including a visit that spanned hours. His lifestyle was very different and kind of intriguing, although it didn't work for me. He emailed a colleague in 2011. Oh, really? Well, did it work for you? Because you literally went into business with him. Earlier in the year, the tech type admitted that he made a huge mistake to associate with Epstein. In retrospect, it was foolish. Bill Gates has also said that losing his wife was the worst mistake of his life.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Okay, well,
No, I love Benny Johnson. I watch his clips every day to get kind of an overview, and I'll go on all spectrums of what's going on. And Gates, that whole situation, he's a slime ball. She's weird and untrustworthy. You can't tell me she didn't know shit as his wife for 20 years. Not buying it. Well,
you notice I can't get over the way it was like she knew whenever it became public. Well, didn't you know before? Mm-hmm. That's what did it. I don't know. It just kind of, I didn't catch that the first time.
Oh, it's an epiphany. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Here's another.
I do think, as far as conspiracies go, sometimes I wonder if they've been switched. And I changeling conspiracies, you sound like a psycho, all right? But you look at older pictures of them, Bill, and I know we all age and we all look different over time and whatever, but it almost does not seem like the same lady. Or even with him, I don't know. And it's not like they do over plastic surgery. It's not like those weird Hollywood people that morph into one face. It's and even Biden, like older pictures of Biden, it's like, wait.
Oh, Biden's the one.
There's
Yeah.
some features here. Not exactly.
Some people point out where his ears to his face, and there's some things that it's like really Biden is that one gets me. There's a few out there, and I go real far down the rabbit holes. Allie Carter and people like that swear that there's just clones. And she said something about seeing Hillary Clinton's feet swinging. I just saw that one again recently. Because I got probably more stuff than I'll play tonight. Just depends on how late anybody wants to hang out. Because this is all the recent stuff. I was going down all the rabbit holes. I bet you remember Tequila, Virginia. Or maybe you don't.
Oh, I do. Yeah, she came out and did. I'm closing YouTube. So hi to people in chat and bye, because I keep glitching my audio and I keep freezing. But Tila Tequila did quite a few videos a few years back, and it was a little wacky.
Oh yeah, that's when I started getting to know her. Was when she was losing her shit.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Tila Tequila is a tough call.
Man, I love
it. It's a tough call as far as whether or not she kind of like lost it or.
Yeah. Oh, man. See, this guy that I like a lot, Osmosis, I think is how you say it. He covers all this stuff, man. And
she
is
too much. She saw
What's
too
that?
much. She saw too much, and they killed off her rich girlfriend.
Oh, that's all in there, Tin. I have clips of that.
Yeah, I followed the Tequila shit for ever since she came out on fucking what was that? Way back.
Fucking MySpace, dude. She made herself famous. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not even there yet.
Oh,
but
Jay's out there.
What's up, Jay? But yeah, it's
Hey,
definitely interesting. Yeah, Pootie got quiet.
Yeah, I've been beat, making me something to eat.
Okay.
Don't let Jay up.
So, what's your favorite sandwich? Because Garrett never answered.
Egg sandwich.
What?
I like egg sandwich.
You have an egg sandwich tonight?
Yeah.
Egg sandwich? Okay. Word.
Egg.
Like a fried egg sandwich, scrambled egg sandwich.
I was thinking like egg salad. That was my guess.
Yeah. Well, that's my favorite. Yeah.
Okay.
Egg salad.
Word.
This is just a little minute too. Let him wrap the bow
A
on.
billionaire who's married Melinda from 1994 to 2021 allegedly conducted an affair with a Russian bridge player for years. In 2022, Melinda said in an interview that she expressed anger with Bill over his friendship with Epstein. I did not like that he had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. No, I made that clear to him. And that Jeffrey Epstein was evil personified.
So see, that's all I'm saying. Like these are like articles. This is the newest news, which I guess is not really news, but to some people, this may be the first time they're hearing it. Not us, I'm sure, but yeah, it's technically news to some people.
Yikes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Melinda Gates is now saying that Bill Gates couldn't be intimate.
Ooh.
Yikes. She explained to Stephen Colbert that the father of her 3 children lacked any intimacy.
With that little lizard?
I learned to have a trusted relationship. That means in marriage, both partners have to be honest with each other.
I mean, I guess she wasn't young enough anymore. Isn't that just crazy? But yeah, that's kind of some tea there. Anyways, and then I don't know. They did ask him about Epstein in public. That there's actually he's got the very beginning. He does Hillary. People asking Hillary. It's fun just to see their reactions. When it gets said to them, how they react, and if they look guilty, well, they're probably guilty. I mean, I feel like. See, he is
right. Destroyed his life, destroyed his marriage. It's like this is how it works, right? And it's not the only time he was asked about this.
Epstein had a way of sexually compromising people. Is that what Melinda was warning you about?
No, I had dinner with him, and that's all.
And that you regret the relationship, the acquaintance?
That I had dinner with him.
And the relationship between the foundation and Epstein, which
there never was any relationship of any kind.
Deny.
The line there has been detailed extensively, and he was also blackmailing you because of your affair with a Russian who's 40 years younger. So that seems like there's also a relation.
That's the dirt that came out, I guess, is the blackmail, and that's her. And then this last one is Cindy McCain, and this is pretty jacked up too.
Cindy McCain, John McCain's wife, saying, "Yeah, we all knew about it."
In plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing, but we had no one that was legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him.
They're afraid of him. Well, because he's Mossad and CIA, and because he was running an intel operation in order to trap dumbasses like Bill Gates in their vices. And that's why Bill Gates' marriage got destroyed, his entire rep got destroyed, why he became a supervillain, an evil villain. And that's the downfall of Bill Gates. And now his wife's writing and going on TV all over it. And what is Bill Gates going to do? You're just a scumbag. Control your darkest urges, men. Like, don't give in. Make sure that you don't lose everything because you're being a dumbass.
Wise words. Don't lose everything because you're being a dumbass.
Exactly.
It was kind of fun watching them heckle Hillary a little bit, except then when you see how they did that person versus how any protesters do anywhere else. Like, I don't know. I guess I've seen them remove them on both sides, but I do feel like this time they removed someone over Hillary was pretty rough. But this here is just a short clip of Bill Clinton. It's the same stuff again, but before I leave the video,
He did this.
Watch him grin. Yeah, dirty little.
Was that you, Tim, that said watch him grin?
Yeah, watch him grin because they mentioned.
He did. That's what he's showing. And then Bill, their responses are everything. They got creepy ass responses. It's like, okay, you look guilty now. Here, let's see. Do it.
Any comments on the allegation of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah.
Like I said, Bill Clinton. This little Weasley man who sneaks in there and glares. That is Bill Clinton's chief of staff. And then you watch Bill Clinton smile nervously and then look back at him like, you're gonna get the Hillary Clinton treatment tonight, kid. You know what I mean? Yeah, not gonna be pretty for you when the cameras go off in your jail cell. Bill Clinton acts guilty, is what we're saying here, and Bill Clinton is guilty, right? Like we know we have the actual documents. They released these documents, the Trump administration, in a release of Epstein docs that were already public. Bill Clinton flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane to his private island more times than previously known, 27 times in total. Bill Clinton acts guilty because he is guilty. In the Epstein docs that were released via a New York judge releasing them from the trial, some of the abused and trafficked women on Jeffrey Epstein Island, Little St. James, remember Clinton being there. They have details and dates and times. We've never gotten a trial yet for Bill Clinton.
The last thing I'm going to go ahead, Tin. You can say whatever. Real quick.
I need to correct Benny there.
What's that?
I need to correct Benny there.
Okay, fact check this guy.
Yeah, Benny. You know, that Clinton looks guilty. Do you really think he gives two fucks? Do you really think he cares what anybody says? He went through the greatest humiliation ritual back in the late 80s with the blue dress and Monica.
Oh my God.
Nothing gonna faze that guy. You can shame him, you can blame him, you can do everything. It don't fucking matter. Dude has no shame in his game. None. You know, so
I think
Benny,
they're above the law.
oh, he looked guilty. No, he didn't. He's like, yeah, I got away with it, you motherfuckers. Ha ha. That's what he said.
He was kind of grinning. It's like he had a couple fun memories he was happy to remember there for a split second, like somebody not in a pantsuit somewhere or something.
It probably involved underage children and a cat o' nine tails and all kinds of shit. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Well, you know.
What's up, Miss Minnersue? No, go ahead, Tin.
Because remember that leaked video of Biden doing something similar with a chick in a tree and a cat o' nine.
Do you see what Miss Minnersue was spelled with an A? Melinda is now an E. Bullshit. She's a 2.0. Dang, Miss Minnersue.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a trip, man. If anybody has more faith in the plan than Pookie, it's Miss Mindersue. I'm just saying.
There you go.
I'm telling you. Do that thing where you see
up in her fake titties.
I freaking love it. So yeah, the next one is Hillary and this guy yelling at her about Epstein, and then oh my god, the way they do this guy is extra. And yeah, this is like just a minute too. And then I'm done. I do like Benny Johnson though. He's pretty awesome most of the time.
Then this happened.
You want somebody who's going to get up every day.
Hey, Hillary, why'd your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times?
What happens next is really special. Alex Rosen gets tackled by the police, gets his clothes ripped off him, gets dragged out of the event, gets manhandled. You've never seen a protester ever treated like this on the left. People protest at Trump rallies all the time. They just let him yell and like slowly escort him out. They never treat him like this. There's something going on. They're acting guilty is all I'm trying to say.
He's just not figuring out people.
That was Alex Rosen, wasn't it?
I'm not real sure.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is after he did that, he blew up in the media. He blew up on TikTok. He blew up on Instagram. Like, he blew up, you guys.
But he was pretty big for that.
Yeah, but he really blew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know how much money he's making off the views? Like, touche. I'm glad he got Clinton back, but, you know, I think it's more about the money. But, you know, hey.
He's all time catching them people trying to meet up with little girls and boys.
That's so messed up.
See him on X all the time.
Doing that nasty shit.
Tin, I kind of lost audio for a second. Are you talking about Biden?
Yeah.
Doing the nasty. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Biden and the tree and
Poopy Joe. Okay.
Yeah, Poopy Joe.
I don't know the tree story.
About what are you saying? You don't know the true story about
Biden. Like I know about Clinton and all that, cigar business. But what was the tree story with Biden? I truly don't know what.
Oh, it came out of Marco Polo. I got the whole book downloaded. It's got all the pictures. It's got everything, you guys. It kind of creeps me out having it on my hard drive, but
that's what one of those attorneys said about those freak off parties that he was getting videos of. He's like, I just really don't want this stuff on my phone because like strangers, the unasked for answers, basically just filling up his phone. And he's like, I don't really like this on my phone. It's like, bless him. Imagine having to explain that stuff to your wife. It's for work, babe. All the girls test stuff. And then she's like, you're cheating on me. He's like, no, I don't even want to see this shit. I don't think it would be sexy. Some of the stuff they were doing is pretty damn
like
gross.
trying to explain to your husband, why do you got a picture of somebody else's mugshot on there? Booty. You know the mugshot I got. Too funny.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Hey, Jay, are you going to come up here and surprise Pooters?
Don't let him up here. He'll ruin everything.
Oh, no.
You'll ruin everything.
Ruin Booty's show.
He's hilarious. Well, Jay at least trusts the plan, so we can't be mad at him for that part.
No.
Too
I
funny.
just gotta keep him away from AB.
Yeah, always bitch. We love you, AB. We love you. Hey. What are you eating, Pooters?
Well, Indy said a minute ago that wasn't, and it was about Clinton. That wasn't humiliation. They turned him into a rock star. Do you guys remember how Bill Clinton was the dude on Arsenio Hall playing saxophone with the sunglasses? Like he was like the first president that I thought they did kind of make into, I guess, a rock star in a sense, but Reagan was very calm. guy, you know, and then you had Bush Sr. and he was like a stick in the mud, and then you get Clinton and he was energetic, and he was kind of like the Obama for the 90s.
Yeah.
But they made him into a celebrity with that cult of personality. It was really interesting. He was like an everyday man person is how they made him out to be.
I did not realize how much Diddy had to do with Barack Obama becoming president and all the vote or die and all this. I got a bunch of that footage as well. I guess I just wasn't paying that much attention, but I mean, he was talking to him before he was even running for president. He was already talking to him and promoting him. And, you know, actually, I also who was it? Let me try to get my thoughts together because it's unbelievable. Chrissy Teigen talking about, you know, having relations with the Obamas. I mean, I'm telling you, oh yeah, I got that clip. Isn't that crazy? It's on here. Right now I'm looking up Kanye because, well, he's definitely, I mean, nothing new, none of his crazy. He's really said some stuff now about relations with his cousin and all kinds of stuff. He should just really shut up. But if anybody, there's something about Kanye, dude, that he's had somebody mess with his mind or something. And because he tells too much truth. But this is one of the ones I always wish I had. And I saw it the other night and I was like, I've got to keep this spot because it's where he talks about his mom being a sacrifice. And he says a lot of things about how he can't be controlled. And I mean, he reads that text message from that trainer who he ends up finding out had Canadian intelligence. And they're an MK Ultra handler, dude. There's no way. And that's why come now I think he's going through it all and having to say all the weird stuff he's saying. Because of what he said way back here. And he was talking clearly. And if anybody was listening to the guy, man, things might be different for him. But I don't know. I've almost got it ready. It's not a long clip or anything. It's just so much better.
They did just what they planned.
Go ahead. You cut out, Pootie. Or is it just on he completely cut out? He was mid-sentence. I'm going to wait a minute for because I see y'all coming in. Good. Yeah, because I won't see him. I waited for you, man, because it might have taken me a while to find you again. But yeah, this is like I said, let me see before I lie to you. About 3 minutes or something like that, something close to that. But it's so much better than just trying to describe it. And I'm like, I'll misquote it or I'll be all over the map. This is literally him saying it. And I'll never forget this. This is the second good Kanye moment, actually, to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap. Might want to turn the volume.
This is how he was written. This is a trainer. But nah, bro, you still got these puppet strings on. I don't care what your bank account says. Right, so let me read these Harvey texts. This is how he was written. This is a trainer. But come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence. But this is my trainer. So this shows you
all the times you've heard Kanye go on rants and be a little nutty and stuff. Pay attention how clear-minded, how much sense he's making, and everything. This is a long time ago, but still, it's a completely different Kanye. This is before the electroshock therapy and all the extra shit they done did to this guy in between. Now he's talking about doing kinky stuff with his cousin in front of the whole world. Like, it was a totally different version of him.
The kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me to force me to go and like apologize, right? You think about if Harley was part of intelligence, right? What kind of people you think are surrounding my kids? What kind of people you think are in that house right now? My kids go to Sierra Canyon. It's a Jewish school that doesn't teach Christianity to these Christian kids. At Christmas time, they're teaching Kwanzaa to black kids. They say, hey, this is your Christmas. This is all indoctrination. This is all mind control. You gotta understand, like I'm putting I don't believe I'm putting myself at risk because I think God uses me for a time like this. He put me in a situation and had y'all follow me from George Bush Don't Care to Beyonce Had the Best Video to now. For some reason, y'all are interested. YSL belt buckle. Y'all niggas shoulders looking like y'all are interested for some reason, and they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication, and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really?
But they can't scare you. They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. Exactly. It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you. But the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody. Right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people come up missing. It feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
I said he should do a song.
Yeah.
Traumatize and monetize.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dark though, because he's right about sacrifice. It's part of the process of selling your soul in trauma-based mind control.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that was,
and that's what all of this.
And
that's what the is as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
No way, Cola.
His personality change. It's been kind of weird in the last couple of years because he had a lot more confidence and kind of bucked against the system a few years ago, and now he seems very. It's so erratic that it's kind of like, well, what? Oh, man,
he's embarrassing himself at this point and incriminating. He's not only embarrassing; he's incriminating himself. He's admitting to things like sexual harassment. Kanye. Oh yeah, he's going too far now. I think
it's a weird personality flip. It's weird.
What you got, 10? Yeah. Here we go. Let's see.
This is on.
Oh crap! My screen went black. It will probably be like this till you're done, but that's okay.
Okay, this is on Conway, and this gal is supposed to be one of those people that she can astro project, and she goes and views and shit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have remote viewed Kanye, definitely a huge part of the Illuminati. I mean, that's a no-brainer. All of the signs are there.
Was he cloned, you think?
Okay, with clones. So Kanye does have clones of him, but for the most part, he plays by their rules. So they haven't completely taken him out, right? So sometimes if they're too much of a threat, they'll just kill them off and then replace them entirely with a clone. But this is why Kanye is just a little bit disheveled, because he has gone through so much MK Ultra programming. So even if they aren't fully a clone all the time, they go through a lot of programming, and they also get pretty drugged up to be able to handle that kind of programming. And so he'll just shoot off random stuff. So they haven't completely taken him out, and he does have clones, but for the most part it is him.
Yeah, because you'll see him go through these episodes where all the PR is attacking him every few months.
Yep.
And that's him just exposing stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately no one takes him seriously because of all the other that he's saying at the same time.
Kanye West.
Yeah, aren't taking him seriously.
Yeah.
Because, and that's what their intentions was, to make him
Yeah.
look people.
Make him look stupid, yeah.
Yeah, like going to a dermatologist and having them label you psychosomatic. Okay.
Yeah. They might put one of Elon's chips in him, control him.
Something, dude. That's
Well, they're
he
personality splits.
was on the mark. He was saying all the things, and then he was always a little crazy, I guess. But I don't know, man. Something switched. They had 5150'd him more than once, and I think when they do that, they take him off and they do some mind control stuff to them. I mean, nothing else makes more sense than that to me, because they come out all jacked up and being crazy. He came out, he got that bleached blonde hair, which is like a thing they say about the blonde hair, but
it shows
it's weird looking.
Got out of major training or major programming.
Like Brittany's always blonde. Well, then there's something with the women with
Perry.
What's that? Yeah,
Perry went blonde a while back.
Yeah.
And
she did a lot of Alice in Wonderland themed videos and stuff. And I was thinking, man, if it's not true, they sure make it look like it is. I'll say that, because they always talk about the programming, and it's usually like Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz, like follow the yellow brick road or go over the rainbow or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the. Man, I don't know.
I got some good news though.
Oh, well,
Does anybody watch American Idol? Anybody watch it?
No.
Not in years.
Never.
Never.
Well, they took Katy Perry off. Now they got what's her name? Dang, I'm just thinking of it. One song at Trump's inauguration, Carrie Underwood. She's gonna be a judge now. And they said the show they did last week said they sung all Christian songs more or less, and then she got up there and sang Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's
not
great.
Hallelujah. How great thou art. Yeah, she blowed it out of the water, boy.
Yeah, she can sing her ass off. Some of them can, legit, and their talent, like John said a minute ago, some people will do anything for money. When it comes to selling your soul, the sacrifices you make, it might be a literal family member. It could be the mental toll. It could be, you give away some of your autonomy to a handler.
Or you're just complicit.
By the way, Kola, the video you showed a couple minutes ago where he said some people have trainers. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, ultra handlers.
That blonde guy. I'm sorry, not blonde, bald. That dude that's been like a quote unquote personal trainer for a bunch of people. For the Kardashians, for Kanye, he's bald.
Yeah.
Isn't that who he's talking about? Or no?
That's who he's talking about, because there's other clips of
Canadian intelligence. That's what he said. And he specializes in that. It's nuts.
It's a handler. And it was in the context of handlers, if you know who he's talking about, because I've watched videos on that bald guy, and he is nefarious. He has been handling.
He was Canadian intelligence.
They call him a personal trainer, right?
So yeah. Cheryl, because he said his mom was sacrificed because it wasn't hers, the routine surgery or something, like some kind of cosmetic surgery, and then she died under the knife, something that should not have been. And they just say that when you become famous or you enter that world, you have to give up a sacrifice. That's why he named all those other people, like Bill Cosby's son, and because he believes that, and a lot of people do.
You have to move up the ladder with sacrifice. It could be literal, could be mental, could be, that's all part of selling your soul,
I got a little short clip of this. I'm not sure. It's a football player speaking on being at this party. He tells complete details and says something about Beyonce acting weird around some little kids. And I mean, I guess better late than never to say this, but it's only like a minute or two. And I don't know how many people have seen this. It's pretty trippy. I had never seen it before. Well, actually I had one time, but for me, I should have seen it 10 times by now. But that long ago. Yeah, it's super crazy.
I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado. And I think it was during the wintertime.
So I think this is I thought he was a football player, but I didn't ever go back and look at what it was because I just things to do.
I'd be go ahead.
07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there, and he rented this house. We were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to be like 10 or 11 o'clock. So
this is the guy, not the first one. This is the guy that is, I think, a football player, but I'm not sure which one or whatever.
Getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. there was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I can respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild. Like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy? Or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. Those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves. But the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens, I can't really discount it and say, oh, he could never do this, because I'm hearing stories. I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I've been in situations where something don't sound or look right, and it's usually involving children.
Ugh. So, yeah, this was right after Jay-Z had it, but that allegation got dropped, which is crazy. For some reason, that was real weird. They got her. They tricked this little young girl that was saying this, and then now they're going for defamation on her. But then news like this comes out, and so he just got away with that, basically. They also that superseding indictment that was going on against P. Diddy, where all those weird things were said. He was taken on a tunnel, put a thing on his face, and he saw these celebs. They did redo that, and they took Jay-Z's name out of it. And it's like nothing else changed. I have a clip of it. I had it for your show, actually, Tin, because it's like, oh, they already said all this. And see, I really meant to see if Billy could, because I send them in a text. It's just a different way. I wish I could play them here, but I really can't, actually. But, well, I could maybe. He would have to like come backstage and put it up or whatever, but we never did check to see how much work that would be. But, yeah, they changed that and took Jay-Z's name out of it because he said he could prove it or something. But they left all the other celebs' names. And I think they're just afraid because he'll go for defamation of character if they can't prove it, even if it was true, though. Sorry. I don't know. It's just some crazy stuff, though, that this guy was there, saw it. And it's funny because they don't, why did he say something long before this, you know? Why did he wait till there was news out to even bring this up?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just couldn't believe it that somebody even said something about. I'm surprised he's still alive. I am from Stranger Things. Always be wary of accounts just made this week. See, I don't know which one that is, but I'm sure somebody already knows.
Accounts made this week.
That's what somebody said in chat. No brainer. I don't know which one it is, apparently. And that interview went on, and I'm not going to play it. I'll just tell you that he went on to say, you know, the reason I believe you is they do like these test runs with people. And it's like, you know, Godfather or Mafia or something. It's like they let a little bit be around you, see how you react to it. And they just do it in small doses. And like he believed him telling that story because he's like, you know, they just probably let you see just a little. But I don't know.
Where the hell?
But yeah, I can't believe you had a clip on Kanye too about the mind control, because I really do believe that. Like I've been, and Candace Owens is starting to go down that rabbit hole with it, and it's just a lot, man.
Oh yeah,
that shit's got to be true.
Oh yeah. Who is that? I'm trying to.
Yeah, y'all probably are on it better than me.
Trying to figure this out.
So then there was
John,
go ahead, Virginia.
John Denning says deception, and I think at some point these people get broken down so hard that they are deceiving themselves. Like they give up their own will, they give up their own, you know, like they're sold to the power of, it might be the fame, the money, the sex, whatever your addiction is, right? One of the 7 deadly sins.
Did Jesus
Oh yeah,
Like,
the juicy chrome for sure.
oh, and there are compounds that are above that as far as what the effect is and how much they cost and whatever. That's kind of like it's not like low grade, okay? It's okay, but there are things that are above as far as how disgusting they are and what people do for a buzz or ambrosia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at some point we got to say, well, you're choosing this deception. You know what I mean? You're choosing your desires and whether or not to go after your impulses, and that gets exploited a lot. And so I'm not like absolving any of them at all, John Dunning. It's choices, and I also think they get shattered down, like just broken up and reflected. It comes down to the greed, I think, with a lot of them. The money and the fame gets them.
Yeah, I agree. Look, I had to come. I wasn't here, so I was wondering what Pootie's giggling. There's something going on here. Pootie, can we talk about tithing? Or is that what it says? Tithing?
Tithing?
Tithing.
Timing, probably.
Oh yeah. They talking in color over here. That's all right. So there's this little spot of, I can't stand this chick. What's her name?
It's in the man book.
Oh Lord, have mercy. I don't want to see that.
I don't think we want to know.
She's talking about
We'd probably have to explain it to you anyway.
Oh, you explain it. That was a good one, Pootie. I had to keep it. That was a good one. Anyway, I'm not mad at that at all. All right, this is just like, but I can't stand this lady, but she's the one talking about it.
Insider received from Kim Porter, Diddy's ex, who died under mysterious circumstances in November of 2018, has become a huge topic of discussion as well. Some are saying that this is a work of fiction, although much of what is claimed is very similar to what Diddy has been formally accused of and arrested for, including claims by another former girlfriend, Kathy Ventura.
Porter's friends have leaked nearly 60 pages from the diary Porter kept during her relationship with Combs in a memoir. The author of Kim's Lost Words claims the pages were provided by a friend of Porter's, who also claims to have tapes Porter copied from Combs's files depicting Combs having sex with a male teenage pop star.
I wonder if that's Bieber. That's all I'm saying.
And more. The diary pages reveal
A teenage pop star, right?
Combs hits Porter for the first time when she refuses to use a strap-on with him. Porter claims Combs hosts quote-unquote parties that are really just orgies, and quote, everyone wants it in. Porter details finding Combs' vault full of videotapes of Combs' encounters, many with young men, stars he had formerly managed at Bad Boy. The author of the memoir was also provided a photo of Porter using makeup to cover injuries Combs caused.
Some of those who are saying it was fake are incriminated in said book.
How interesting. People that are saying it's fake are in the damn book, huh? So hold on. There's like another 2 minutes or something. I'm sorry. I'm not as good at this as a lot of people. I'm working on it. It actually is only a couple seconds further. I don't know. I feel like all this stuff is coming to a head, and it's gonna have to come out eventually. Like I feel like everybody knows it. It's just a matter of admitting it and putting it everywhere out on the. A lot of this stuff that I saw in the news was refreshing that it made it to the news. Not all. There's a lot more I think should, but
play in this case, which is now receiving an increased demand to be reopened and reinvestigated.
Kim Porter was only 47 years old when she died tragically and suddenly in November 2018. The model dated Sean Diddy Combs for more than a decade and had 3 children with the music mogul. Now, 6 years later, and in the wake of Combs' arrest on a wide variety of federal charges, there are growing calls for an investigation into the circumstances leading to Porter's death. Gone too soon. R&B star and Mount Vernon, New York native Al B. Sure, who also had a relationship with Porter prior to Combs and shared a son with her, taking to Instagram in a series of posts calling for the truth, in his words, to be uncovered. I'm writing this post, he says, to formally request an investigation into an entire group of individuals who worked at or around the residence of Miss Kimberly Porter.
I'm just being obedient. It's now time to speak up. There's a lot to it, a lot to unfold.
Kim Porter.
Yes, my ex Kim Porter, my son's mom, Quincy.
Do you think something shady happened there?
Absolutely.
Porter was found dead in her Southern California home after experiencing flu-like symptoms for 4 days. The coroner ruled her death natural, with the cause listed as labor pneumonia. In the Instagram post, Albie Shore references the recent indictment, but doesn't actually mention Combs by name, something he also refused to do in our sit-down.
I don't speak about other men or other men's business. Whatever is going on with this gentleman, that's for him to deal with it and his counsel.
Albie suggested Kim was writing a memoir that would have exposed those around her. His Instagram post describing Porter's death as a tragic murder.
What I ask of you is to keep our family in prayer. All of the collateral damage that's been done because of the situation.
Albie Shore only recently recovered from several health problems that saw him go from a healthy man.
Yeah, he just recovered from all these health problems. I don't know, man. I think that should be reopened because maybe he just got away with murder because all this other stuff hadn't come out about him. I don't know.
Miss Ninja Sue, there's that baby oil again.
She's a trip.
They do connect, though. It really does. And I think looking at these examples in celebrity selling their souls, the agenda, John says there, the agenda is to destroy family, faith, and divide everyone. It's a focus on those, but that's what they're doing to us in society, culture, and in the US and around the world, on the internet, whatever you want to call it. There's an agenda to destroy connectedness, and this is like an example of when they can shatter it all the way to the bottom. Like you can kick on a piece of glass and it'll make 2 pieces, and then you can keep stomping on it and it makes sand. And I really think they're trying to wear us all down big time with, at least you're not that guy, but then at the same time wishing you had what that guy had because they're rich, bitch. You know what I mean? What was that show? I'm rich, bitch. What was it? Was that Chappelle? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rich, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought I was muted back here. I have to get the clip of Chrissy Teigen, man. It's a must because I can't just say that and not back it up.
Which
I
one?
hadn't seen it where she talks about being with the Obamas, and she's like, I'm in trouble now. I thought one of the two of you, like, you might not have seen it before. I'm not sure. So I guess if you've seen it, must have maybe been 10, or maybe you both have. But
bring it! It's a good one. John Legend looks at her like, "Shut up." And then
you're telling all the secrets, crazy.
The deleted tweets where she was talking about.
Oh, yeah, I got some of them too. It starts off with the tweets. It's a really short little. It's all compact. But yeah, she totally. I don't know what the hell is wrong with it. There's something wrong with her. Definitely something wrong with her.
Yeah, yeah. How you going to make that comment about that show? You know, I'm talking about what clips you have. I mean, I don't want.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of the most uncomfortable tweets, and they're usually about kids, man, because there's something flipping wrong with this chick. But I don't know why in the world would she be where they are, though. Oh shoot, I'm over here getting ahead of myself. All right, let's see.
And Kale.
Diddy's right-hand man, Stevie J, sent out a warning shot, posting videos of celebrities at Diddy's 50th birthday party amid reminders that Diddy has compromising material on all of them.
But that wasn't all Stevie J did. He sent out a warning shot, posting video of celebrities at Diddy's 50th birthday party.
Okay, I lied. This is the wrong clip, but actually this is interesting too. This guy is like a loyalist. He's like, look, all you guys, look where you were. I'm getting
the Kardashians, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, Kevin Hart. Every A-lister was there. And Stevie J wants to remind them. Remember, the lawsuit says Diddy has compromising footage of everyone that went to his freak-off parties. Now, we're not saying this is a freak-off party or Diddy has compromising video of any of these people, but this is what Diddy's bodyguard said.
Oh, man, it is worth watching, but that's not what I came for. So hang on. Let me get there. That's not what we're here for. But it is interesting. I'm going to put this whole clip in because I just love this guy. I mean, he covers all the things I'm interested in. He connects dots. It's stuff, a lot of it is stuff I already know, but then when you connect it with things that maybe you didn't know or a new thing, it's super fucking fascinating.
So I really, why does that? Okay, maybe I'm still thinking. Okay. Hopefully it's.
Well, I do think it connects because these people rub elbows, whether you're in politics or tech companies, you know, like Zuckerberg and
And that's who the people that say they're going to get is like banks and anybody that helped in the aid of the situation for Diddy. Like he couldn't do these things alone. So yeah, banks and other like big people you wouldn't even think should be involved. If they look the other way or they help the situation, then yeah. I hope I found the right spot. Shit. Let me see.
Who you know.
Like the Obamas, and they had both been intimately involved with him. You've got to understand what these parties were all about.
He's talking about Justin Bieber being involved with the Obamas and stuff like that. And oh God, how much did he like him? Because Michelle's you know what was bigger than his you know what. So yeah, that's what this is. I'm not kidding. That's what this guy
There were
said.
sex parties, no holds barred. But it wasn't just
And
consent.
that Justin Bieber was disassociating, and so we don't know. This guy's being anonymous, so it's kind of weird anyway. You know, like if you're telling the truth, but then I guess that makes sense. I wouldn't want to come out with my.
Adults getting freaky. These were freak off parties. The more deranged, the better. I'm talking stuff with and animals, violence, degradation, even murder. Diddy used to sit in the corner giving himself, you know, pleasure. Or he'd sit in other rooms watching the action on hidden cameras. He loved it when the Obamas were there because he used to say Michelle was his favorite person in the world. She has a larger than Barack, and she loves. She Justin at least twice that I know about. But he used to claim he couldn't remember anything. I saw it happen once in the same room as me, and I have seen another time on tapes that are doing the rounds in the industry. Everything is on tape. I mean, everything. And it's not just the Obamas. I personally know 3 people. 3 people I'm 100% certain who died because Diddy's friends thought they couldn't be trusted with what they knew. This isn't about me. There are networks of abusers all over the country. Everybody knows about Jeffrey Epstein, but he was just one of many. I'm speaking out because of all the young people who are still.
I'm just going to go ahead and let it play. It's going to play right into Chrissy Teigen because it's only like a minute more than it would have been.
Trapped.
Now, who is this?
It's about exposing the hypocrisy of.
He's anonymous. I can go back. I mean, he doesn't say who he is anyhow, but he claims that he was there. I'm going to share this entire video. Let's look. You see, this is 6 hours long of all kinds of different things.
No, I'm curious what like I can see he's about to bring up what you were talking about, but like, yeah.
Well, no,
and
he's
who
talk about it, and then it's going to
at the parties. He was at the parties, like as a celebrity or as a.
I think he was like being used as well, probably trying to break into the industry and saw these things along the way and pulled back. Yeah, it's actually, I'd like to play. If we're, depending on how long we're on, maybe we go back and listen to the whole thing. It's not very long, actually, but I was looking for something else when I found it, you know? But yeah, he's talking about Bieber. He's saying that, and I think he's basically was abused as well, because he talks about, he found out through his therapist that what he was seeing with Bieber was disassociating. So yeah, I think he was a victim as well. And that's why he's.
These people who hide behind their power, pretending to be role models while they destroy our lives. The world needs to know what really happens behind the scenes.
As damaging leaks continue emerging, the Obamas are at the center of investigations as the truth about Michelle's real identity continues to be exposed.
And everybody is so worried about the elite, and we could give those names of Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We know about Michelle Obama, that's a man. We know about Too Short. We know about Akon and Steve.
So casually, that's a man.
Tyler, and we can give those names all day, and everybody is so worried about that. But what you should be worried about is the people that are in between.
So the names that you just mentioned, Barack Obama, Steven Tyler, Joe Biden, Michelle Obama, have you had personal sexual experiences with these people?
Yes.
These people participated in sex abuse.
So if you add her to the person that was just talking about watching Bieber be in intimate relations with the Obamas, and then you add them to Chrissy Teigen, that's 3 different people that saying they've had sex with the Obamas. Like that, I mean, eventually, you know, it's kind of too many people to be not true. I don't know.
Firsthand with you.
Yes.
Can you tell that story? Because that's important for people to understand and to know. And to this point, I don't think a national platform has given you the opportunity to say those things.
No, because everybody is complicit. Everybody is complicit. It is covered up by your local FBI. It is covered up by your local police department. It is underground tunnels. There's a whole world.
Chrissy Teigen also admitted on camera to bizarre sex antics involving the Obamas. For the record, this is the same Chrissy Teigen who has tweeted the following statements, appearing to admit to sexual interest in children.
Yeah, bitch, it is wrong, weirdo.
Just pick it out, read it, and answer.
Public place, you did it. Is this the best or the worst? What did you do?
The best.
Okay, the best. Probably the Obama thing.
John, what's it? Oh God.
Oh God.
John.
What?
What is your wife talking about?
I don't know.
We heard
We're
a
not-
in there.
Here's to get back in. What happened?
We're not going to discuss
We're
that.
not going to discuss it.
We're not. We're not.
Oh my God. Secret Service. Come here, jump back in.
Hi.
Look at John. Look at I don't.
Hi.
We're not talking about it. That's the truth.
That is an awesome answer.
Not the White House.
Not the,
It was not,
It was not at the White House.
100% not the White House. I promise.
He was not elected yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're moving.
Sorry. I'm in trouble now.
Oh yeah, I bet she is in trouble now. What the hell? I'm sorry it took me so long to get there. I had to walk around the block and take the long way, but I got there. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I feel like I had seen it. You just aren't ready for it when it comes from her sometimes. Yeah, well, that's what they're saying is that we got to get rid of Hollywood to save the kids, pretty much. That's killing me. Oh, I missed it.
What'd you miss?
The 111. I almost always see them. 11 too. Good night, Jerry. Yes, Allie did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nomad. Good to see you. That's
Yes.
an interesting comment.
Somebody mentioned Bieber earlier. Yeah, he broke ties with Scooter Braun recently too, because of all the things. Oh yeah, you're cracking me up tonight, Miss Mindersoup. It's a wanger. I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly a wanger. And just in case there was any confusion, she's got the emoji, so we know. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what they said.
Well,
I said Diddy's. He said bigger than Obama's. That's even worse. Of course. What picture? Virginia.
Okay, so with Chrissy, all right, is the pictures we're talking about. Like, so she had deleted all those I think it was Twitter even the statement like and she was talking about toddler here, as if I'm not mistaken, in Minecraft for entertainment and satire purposes. I think that's what she was talking about, is that show. And then she says, is it weird to see a baby? You can see him as a future porn star. And that shit is fucking disgusting. Now, to answer your question directly, even if you're like joking, like that's not even a joke. That's not even a possible conceivable joke. So then Indy said, Tegan sacrificed her unborn, claimed she had a miscarriage, and then said it was an abortion, or that she had a D&C because of the miscarriage. So they did do these pictures where it was her and John Legend in the hospital, and it was after the D&C, and this was a very far along pregnancy, and it was a big media thing. Like they immediately put it on social media, and dude, anybody who's a parent and you think about doing that, something happens like that, are you going to put that on the fucking internet? You have millions of followers. Hours later, holding a dispatched fetus in a blanket in the hospital bed so everyone can see it and send you messages. I'm starting to choke up right now. It's so gross, dude. Like, so everyone can send you messages of, for what? For what? What is that? It's gross. It's gross.
It's really super creepy.
It is creepy. It was creepy. It was like immediately, I'm going to put on the internet a picture of this no longer very, very, very small, and it just,
I never thought about it like that. That would be creepy.
yeah, it just, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And have some dignity and privacy and sanctity for what has been lost, like, why would you do that? You have no respect for that.
Maybe they had to show what they did.
I understand, but that's the sick soul selling part,
Oh yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, John Dunning, I fully believe in that. I fully believe they get pregnancies to a certain point where they have enough tissue to grow their own tissues and organs and stuff for their own body that won't be rejected because it's from your DNA. I totally believe that's a technology that is used by the elite, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never thought about that neither.
Well,
that would make sense.
It makes me sound like an insane person, but I do think they do that. Yep.
I can go down that road with you.
I think any of us probably think that makes us insane.
I hope not. I hope we're in good company here. We all float down here.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody saw the footage of Diddy with Justin Bieber and offering his car when he got a certain age and then the house when he's another age. So that's kind of old news. I don't know how many people saw the interview that Usher did with Howard Stern. And he talks about when he was a kid with Diddy. And then my favorite, the reason it's resurfacing is because the last question they ask him is, would you send your kid? And he says no. And it's like, yeah, but you handed Justin Bieber over on a platter,
Yeah.
I moved to New York City.
It's only a minute.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn some.
Camp.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Love that part. No, not really. It was men.
I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Hell no. That shit right there makes him seem like pretty awful because of what he did with Bieber like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't like it. He should have just lied and been like, "Oh yeah, for sure," but no, you wouldn't. Anyway.
Yeah, will at all.
So I'm not going to play this, but for a split second, just because I said it and just to show y'all I wasn't kidding. This is before Obama was even, he was just.
State Senator Barack Obama, candidate for United States Senate from Illinois.
You becoming a black Democratic senator, this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
In a minute when he says, "Oh, come back, kid. I think you're onto something, kid." He talks about to come back to MTV and everything. He's like almost talking down to him, but this is like history. Like this is how it went. I didn't realize
if minorities and young people get involved, the disenfranchised don't usually vote, can make changes and can change the face of politics. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Listen, you're a motivating force for young people all across the country. Your music moves people. You're a trendsetter. But part of what we want to do is to make sure that we're setting a trend in terms of political participation. Music that you want to give away your money. You wouldn't give away your money to anybody that just walked down the street. But when you give away your vote, you're giving away a little bit of power that you have to influence the things that you see around you.
When you want to be the president of the United States, you call your man, call MTV. We're gonna give you a platform. We're gonna give you a way to speak because you on to something, kid.
Well,
you on to something.
You on to something, kid. I'm like, oh God, I wonder how Barack feels about this footage now. He probably feels dumb. And a little bit more, there even went further with the vote or die. Right now he's yelling at people, telling them that if you don't get in line, don't turn around because the line's too long, vote or die. And then, oh gosh. And then this is another event with him and Jason.
Can y'all feel that? Tomorrow we're gonna shock the world.
During the presidential campaign. I just didn't realize how much of that was going on. Like, and they're all,
Remember MTV Rock the Vote?
No wonder that they felt so untouchable and stuff. He's like, I kick it. I helped the president get in office. I mean, I just didn't realize how much that tied in.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Oh, they're all connected. Go all the way down the line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, this kid, or I don't know how old he is. He seems pretty young, but the video I'm sharing, I'm going to put the whole thing in. Like I said, his name is Tez Moses. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. And I actually caught him in a live, and I said, hey, I shared your stuff last Wednesday. And I'm like sitting here thinking, well, first I said, was it okay? So I guess I was scared. And he's like, yeah, I just want the truth out. Because a lot of it was the Allie Carter and stuff like this. And he's like, I just want the truth out. I want everybody to share. And he's like, if you want to put my channel out there, that's cool. He didn't even make it like a demand. I was like, man, I just liked him even more because he's just so chill about it and in it for all the right reasons, But yeah, he's a dot connector. And like I said, a lot of the stuff I've already been down the rabbit hole, but then you put it all together and it does a different, it kind of makes it more in perspective. When you Willard Hall, another Craig sighting knocking on my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What?
Just
sighting knocking on P. Diddy's door.
Look, I just want to do it because I never get to. Jaguar Wright singing about her trolls.
There's some trolls in this house. There's some trolls in this house. If you see them, point them out. If you see them, point them out. There's some hoes in this house. There's some trolls in this house. If you see one, point them out. If you see one, point them out. Ooh, troll, 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 troll.
She's losing her mind in real. That was just her. That was just her on a regular day, and she just being silly. Yeah, she's a trip. I do think she's something. Like I feel like she kind of said some things about Allie Carter, and she should. That's just.
Oh
ridiculous.
no!
What do you mean?
There's AB.
Oh yeah. I just feel like okay, it's party time. You want to hear? Oh my God, I shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't. But she's so funny. Like, I feel like this is proof she's losing it when she starts talking about doing it in the butt. Like, come on, who does that? I mean, anyway, this is what, Virginia, when you get on the butthole topics, we need this. We need this clip. But oh, perfect. Hold on. I'm going to let y'all hear her losing her damn mind because it is funny to me. I can't help it. I should grow up, but not yet.
I said what in the butt. 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 You want to do it in my butt? Hear my butt. You want to do it in my butt? Hear my butt. You want to do it in my butt? Hear my butt. Well, let's do it in the butt. Okay. Hey, bum, 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 bum. Real peachy with it, Peachy.
I mean, you gotta admit, she sounds like she's having fun though. Like she's living her damn life. I could not imagine what your life has got. What? Freaking Miss Mindersu. The butt stuff. Oh, Doc Mac's intro. You want to? Oh my God.
Nowhere to be found. God help us all. I feel like she just kind of broke down a little bit, though. Man, I hope so, man. So what channel color? Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and do that before I veer off because I'm going to do it. It's Tesmosis. And, let's see. I haven't even touched the Tila Tequila stuff. And I don't have any of part 2. I went down part 1's rabbit hole, which was so much fun. Because it's like memory lane. Like I lived through this stuff and like you put it all together, it makes so much more sense. I believe as does the channel I'm talking about. I'm trying to make sure I do it right because sometimes I share the wrong thing. All right, links, Patreon, Twitter, Substack, Linktree. God, that's a lot of links. Where it just says its name and www.youtube, right? This guy claims to be in direct contact with Allie, which is pretty cool. Damn, Cheryl. Where to go? Where is that at?
Cheryl came out firing.
You're supposed to think that, not say it out loud, Cheryl. Damn. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Hey, Cole. I'm gonna step down because I need to go lay down.
Oh, I hope you feel better, 10. Is it your allergies and sinuses?
Yeah, it's just yeah. I'm feeling.
I should have went to the Tila Tequila before you left.
But I did send the link to Jay and AB, so
cool.
AB, come up and take my spot. I kept the seat warm for you. Love you, Peter. Love you, Virginia. Love you, Paula. See you guys.
Good night, love you. Good night. Feel better.
Love.
Thanks, Miss Menders, Sue. Likewise. She cracks me up, man. Because you just won't be ready for it. Oh, yeah. So 10's gone. Didn't even see her. No PDD store just open. All right, I'm going to do one more that kind of makes me laugh. This one, she's just, okay, look, she is just literally live by herself, just cutting up with herself. And I'm just like, I thought I had gold. I'm on screen recording it like I'm sneaky. She never even took the video down. I'm like, oh my God, I would be friends with her in real life. I just know I would because she's just funny. She has no shame. But this is so funny because she sings it like she's in the opera, but she's literally trash talking somebody and talking about how they use their Cash App in the YouTube streets. And she, it's just funny. Hold on.
And here we go. Silver gray hair, neatly combed in place. There were 4 generations of troll on her face. Now she's lying and streaming, cash apping all in these YouTube streets. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I don't know. There's just something about the effort she put in her troll of this chick that just cracks me up. What's up, Tate?
The effort, you're right. The soulful effort. I like it. Yeah.
She's cracking me up. I don't know what that means. Up for the next. Oh, because it'll be too late. Anyway,
sure Willard isn't Craig himself. Prove yourself, Willard.
Oh yeah, Craig does like to do. No. Willard Hall's always the first one at 10 TV. That's the one.
Okay.
Well, not always. The last time he was like third. I was kind of disappointed. I even said so. I was like, what happened? He's used to be. I swear, Craig can make anything funny. That's what he was saying. Oh, you're always first. Why are you going to be first? I don't know. I can't remember exactly, but it was pretty funny. Man,
I just want to remind everyone that Garrett never answered me. I asked directly, what is your favorite sandwich? Tell us in detail your favorite sandwich. He never even said, no, I'm not going to tell you about my sandwich. Didn't acknowledge the question at all. All right. I don't think he's registering the people on the panel. I think it's chat AI. I see you, Garrett.
Oh my gosh.
Garrett. He'll show up now and be like, no, I'm not. That's well, guess what? Our new song comes out at noon on Thursday. Okay. Think about it.
Yeah.
Still not answering the question. All right.
Guess who it is, though? Guess who it is?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my screen back. I'm totally going to get a new computer. I don't want to, but it's got to happen, man. This is crazy. Is my camera
Are you
on?
trying
Okay.
to pull up a video?
What's that?
Are you trying to pull up a video? Oh, dang it.
No, I'm trying to figure out. Oh my gosh, it just happens sometimes. I swear, I feel like after I share a whole lot, it starts glitching up real bad.
Okay.
Like, okay, another example. If somebody comes on panel and then turns their camera on, which it didn't used to be a thing, like now all of a sudden it'll black my screen out, and it's like I just got to keep messing with it. Sometimes I got to leave all the way and come back and stuff. But this laptop's brand, like, well, I call it brand new because 2 years old to me is brand new. But it's not. It's 2 years old.
Okay, so your screen is black right now. Just so you know, it's not your picture. Like if your camera is on, I just want you to be aware of that. Because right now the screen is like just all, oh shit.
No,
Billy,
I'm
her
here.
screen is-
That's what
there
it
you
was.
go. There's the picture. Your
Because-
picture's back now.
Look, okay, I have the extra thingy thing, you know, like the extra. Yes, my camera's on, but the
There you
little
go.
cover's on. Thank God, because if not, y'all were just gonna. I was gonna be. Not only was my camera gonna be on, it was gonna be stuck on.
Right.
That's why I ended up closing this thing. So it's weird. Anyways, yeah. So that's what caused it to my screen to black out like that because I must have accidentally hit the camera, and then I couldn't see that I hit the camera. But that shouldn't do that. I should be able to turn that on. I used to be able to. I don't know. It all of a sudden decided it can't. It gets overloaded too easily now.
We got your back, girl. It's all good.
Right. I can't wait. I just want to have, just because I know it's going to run smooth for at least a month and then it'll all suck again. But, you know, I'm going to, I was like I didn't know whether we should get a mediocre computer because Billy's computer is just old. I didn't know if we should get a mediocre one for him or get a really nice one and let him have mine because mine's really nice other than it's, 1 or 2 years, I guess, in technology is a lot. So I think we decided to just get another real nice one and let him have this one versus get a medium one and me still have a, kind of all right thing. You might just eat the whole tray of a what?
It helps. It helps a lot if you know how to work.
What's that?
Pooty, that's funny.
That's it. It helps a lot to know how to work it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's definitely my fault. But when it does do that, it's definitely being overloaded, and it didn't used to do it at all. So something changed, but I don't know what.
Memory's probably full.
That's
Maybe.
Probably true.
I think also your modem or router or the speed of your internet, that could be something. The device itself could be totally fine. And if you don't have like the highest speed internet running, it'll slog down. For me, StreamYard, if I'm on pretty much any device, StreamYard really slogs it down. And it can slow up when you're running a panel and doing stuff, So your devices might be okay. It could just be upping your whatever you got, or maybe modem router situation or whatever you're running, But because I'm on a very old computer and a removable webcam, and it runs. I mean, the interruptions are stuff with other stuff. It's not like how old the equipment is. The equipment is at least a decade old. And then I have an old broken laptop running on the TV, old broken, the internet comes through, but it just plays like the kid videos, and I put an HDMI cord to the television, and then he can watch his little number blocks and everything. So it might not be how old it is, because it's a lot cheaper to just, or if you're going to stream, to have as much juice as you can get,
What's up,
pedal
baby?
to the metal with. Hey, AB.
Juice.
Cootie's little buddy.
I'm jacked up on juice.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, I got to cut that one off. There we go. I had the other one going in the background, the YouTube. Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't see you coming. Well, I had an awful day yesterday. Pootie, you know when I talked to you last night? I never got loaded.
Yeah.
Never took the load. They didn't get me loaded till 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm having to carry that load up there right now.
I was wondering what you doing driving that. Wasn't that? No. Yeah, no.
You can tell you guys have been talking.
That.
Y'all been talking so long that no one does that. That's what she says when you're talking about loads anymore. Like it's just you say it so much.
Not that kind. That gets your mind out of the gutter. Y'all been talking butt stuff.
You know.
I heard it.
You know that probably got said like 100 times until it got old, and now y'all just don't laugh anymore. But yeah.
No, I've only been up for about 45 minutes. I'm a touch slow right now till I get the juices flowing. That's what she said.
I was totally gonna let that one go.
Anytime you get an opportunity to throw something in there, you better take it. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
If you don't, somebody else will. Trust that plan.
There you go.
Well, we got a lot of rain today. Storm. We had actually a pretty good little storm.
I'm glad you got it, not me.
Whereabouts are you at?
Whereabouts? I'm down here in the dirty South.
Okay.
I live right outside of Athens, Georgia. I always tell people they know where I live. Kind of northeast, about 80 miles of Atlanta. There's storms all over here. Georgia, on and off right now. No bad stuff. You know, it's just a weird kind of early summer thunderstorms. But y'all, I think I was watching the weather. Y'all got more coming. It just seems like that pattern keeps coming up from above Mississippi area. The way I looked at it today, y'all gonna get some more storm, more heavy rain next few days or week or something like that.
Who is?
Y'all are in that area, like where in between where Pootie lives and where you live in Kentucky.
Kentucky. All right. I didn't know if you're talking to me or
No.
Virginia or who.
I don't know Virginia. Where's Virginia live at? She live in Virginia?
You would think.
No.
You would though. I've had that for at least a year.
Virginia's for lovers. That's what it says on their tag.
I did live there for a decade. Not presently. I'm the vestibule.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna go get the job done. Do it again tonight. They got my schedule. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the holiday. Screw which they lost power last night. Chicken Flour didn't lose power. They lost internet. Somewhere in that town lost power. So I don't know. Any kind of little curveball gets thrown. It's one of the only chicken plants I know of that processes. They pride themselves in fresh as that type of chicken comes. And what I see today in Kroger, humanely, Springer Mountain Farms, humanely, and all this, no hormones. So they don't hardly ever haul any to the freezer, because everything they process is put on the truck right then and shipped out. So,
Shipped out to where?
Mike, I'm carrying mine to a distribution center or grocery stores, wherever. There's restaurants in my area that pride themselves in showing that they.
I was breaking up a little bit.
It might be me. No, I got a full signal. There's restaurants in my area that pride themselves on selling their chicken. When you go into restaurants, they'll say, "Oh, proudly serving Springer Mountain Farms chicken."
Yeah.
Oh. So it is what it is. That's what I tell people. You want the real deal, go find a farmer and get yard birds. Real
That
yard birds.
is like the most non-way to say something. And what was real funny to me, you know, you could say it anywhere. It's like a filler, right? It is what it is. One time I heard someone say, I didn't think you could ever add to that. And I'll never forget. And now I do it sometimes, like without even thinking. It's like, can't be what it ain't. It's like,
you know what? I didn't think about that.
It is what it is. Can't be what it ain't. Like, okay, let's just say nothing twice, you know?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like you can put lipstick on a pig, but you still got a pig.
I love it. Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, my internet is supposed to be like top notch. I don't think I can buy better internet. So I honestly didn't think we needed it. So yeah, I realize now we must if I'm already, you know, struggling at all. But yeah, I tried to do that direct, whatever it's called. What is it? Right here, the modem
like
direct.
hardwiring. Yeah,
Wire
if
in,
you don't have connections or whatever, then yeah. And there's like little different connections on your computer or even whatever your internet is. So yeah, you might have to
call the Geek Squad.
Call the Geek Squad.
With those hookups. No, it's a thing.
One call does it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's better
until they
things
hand you the
to
damn
do
bill.
nowadays. They're not expensive, you know. You can get something nice for not expensive. Like there's pretty good products out there overall.
As far as what? Laptops or?
Yeah.
Internet.
Yeah, like laptop computers, even like the $400 Walmart laptop. To be honest, it's not that bad. Like,
I'm gonna
or
about
Best Buy, you know, they're not bad.
Yeah, I'm planning to spend about 300. Mine now is a Lenovo or something like that. I forget. Let me see. Lenovo.
Yeah,
Lenovo. I spelled it half and then said it. Lenovo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Lenovo. Oh, Lenovo. You know her.
Yeah.
I had no idea what that was, but it's nice. It's got the touch screen. It does every single
I
thing.
think that's what we got now. I mean, I've got a pile of old laptops down in the basement. I shouldn't say a pile, but several. And we've got our big home computer. I don't do any of this type of stuff on it. I do everything like when I get on here, I do it on my phone. So I don't want no dumb shit on my big home computer.
I'm thinking of Tom again too. V1012, is that what it was? I'm
Toyota
sorry.
and Lexus or Honda and Acura, like Acer and HP are the same company. Yeah, Acer and HP, Hewlett Packard, they're the same company.
We've had those.
So there's like the Toyota and the
Lexus.
The Supreme model still made by Toyota.
Yeah, but it's still the same company. Like the parts, if you have to replace them, or the quality is still pretty consistent, you know? Like I've had at least one or two Acer laptops, which is a cheap HP. And
they still work.
They're fine. They're great. They have a bunch of
Biggest thing is
hookups
your
and-
processor. I mean, I know enough about them to fuck them up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
There's
good
a lot
enough
of
to do what I need to do.
brands out there like that all good.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Truth with Tom again. Something funny. I'm sitting here saying it like anybody's going to know, but V1012, he told us one time this story and it was hilarious. And he keeps talking about the V1012. He's looking for the serial number. It was a Vizio television. Yeah, but V1012.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he tells it so much better, and I always had to mess with him because I had two TVs with that same brand. Every time I see him, I think of Tom.
Isn't Vizio a Sony?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. I just think that it's funny. He saw numbers.
You think Vizio is Sony?
I'm not sure. That's what I was asking.
I
Vizio
don't
is
know.
related to one of the big names. It might be Sony. Someone else in chat might know. I'm not sure, but yeah,
They're close cousins.
connected, you know, like the parent companies are more or less the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They're good devices, so that'll be fun, girl. Shop you, find you a cool one with.
I don't know. I'm gonna be looking forward to it. I hope it does. It may not be. I don't know what's making it go. The screen go black. It never did that before. So.
Got a sexually transmitted disease on your computer. Doing it. Your computer's been doing that butt stuff.
Too much P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
It was 50 Cent. He said, I'm sorry, Virginia. He said, Pete be wanting to party, and you got to tell him no. I don't know. That shit was hilarious to me because you know he experienced it.
Hilarious.
I've been through a lot of rabbit holes with this little computer. It served its purpose. And the thing is, even if it is a little jacked, it's going to be like $1 million to Billy. You should see the computer. I can't believe he still uses the thing, man. He's going to get mad at me.
He got an antique.
Uh-huh. He does. And but he likes it because it attaches to this label maker thing he's got. And he's more worried about this printer than he is the actual laptop. And I'm like, dude, we'll figure it out. We'll just find something. Maybe we should call them and ask them which laptop we should buy, because that's how important this thing is. You know, you just get attached. Just got it. Anyways, I'm gonna get in trouble now.
No, it's all good. There's so much shit out there. Like you'll find something good.
I think I'm going to get the same thing again, pretty much. I guess I didn't learn from my mistakes because, like, I guess in 2 years it'll do the same thing. But other than that one glitch, like, this has been I've never had anything this nice. Like, I mean, I don't know. There's probably way nicer out there, but this is the fact that you can touch the screen. Like,
I like those.
I can't get a regular. I'm going to look like an idiot just banging on the screen. Like, if you mess with one, I'm serious. And then you use a regular one, like, my daughter had one that wasn't. So then I'm like getting all mad at the damn thing, and I'm like, "Oh my god, computer!" And it's like, it'll mess you up.
I use my phone so much, and I start trying to get the autocorrect when I'm down there on the computer in the basement. I'm like, "Damn it! You don't do it like my phone." I get mad at it.
Yeah.
Well, I agree that a touchscreen computer is the shit. That is awesome. Like I had a touchscreen laptop, and it was the shit.
But it was still just $200. I would have thought something like that would have been a lot more money, but I guess it's just not anymore. It's nicer, I suppose. But yeah, that's what I'd like to. If I can get that again, I'll be happy, and it'll be a little faster and a little newer. And then
I think ours flips around too. You can squeeze it together. I don't remember. I don't know. Every time I start doing something like that, I do something and then I get in trouble because my dragon gets. What did you do to the damn computer? I don't know. Touched the wrong button. I'm very good at that.
You get in trouble. Tell us more.
Yep.
What do you mean by get in trouble?
I get yelled at, punished because I screwed something up. So we got a program for my trucking business. It's called Truck Logics, and we run all of my stuff through there. And if I don't put the reference number in the right box, oh my God, you'd think the world was coming to an end. What the hell are you doing? Were you high? Were you drinking? What? And I'm like, I was totally. I was in a hurry. That's it.
This is how you know Miss Dirty Rotten Trucker is not subbed to my channel.
She don't. Oh, she don't. She don't do much YouTube. Only if it's something she wants. She just gives me hell about it.
Okay, I'm confused, and I'm asking legit. Is the
she's asking for a friend.
Whoa! She's asking for a friend.
That's what I said.
No, I'm legit. You very well, and I'm legit asking this question. When you say you get in trouble, do you mean by your trucking company? Because truckers have cameras watching them, or do you mean?
No, I don't. No. I don't have the cameras by my wife.
I didn't.
No, you're fine. There's not much you can say that I will get mad at or offended by you. I don't. I'm a dinosaur in this industry. I'm what they call an independent truck driver. I do everything my own. I have my own motor carrier number. These company drivers, they got the inward facing, which I have considered because the camera is. I've talked to a lot of guys. The camera can save you because when you have an accident out here and you've got 100% proof that some ass clown did it, not you, because the first thing the cops say generally, it's the truck driver's fault.
Yeah.
So I've known a lot of people that camera has saved their ass, and I could run it like the insurance companies. They'll give you a discount, but see, then you're hooked up to the internet. You can't. I'm telling on myself, but I'm still an outlaw truck. Yeah, I'm an outlaw truck driver. I don't do things strictly by the book, but as far as safety goes, that's my biggest thing. Is I'm not out here to kill nobody. I've been doing this a long time. I know when to pull the truck over if I'm too tired. And they've taken, in this industry, they've taken all the thought process of the human. And it's like these reefer units. I pull a reefer, which is a refrigerated trailer. These things are hooked up to GPS now, satellites. When I started, you were loading produce. You had to do what's called pulping the product. You had to go put a temperature gauge in there, make sure that product is not, it's been chilled, because these units are not made to bring a product down. It's to hold it at whatever temperature that's got put in there. So these things are hooked up to satellites. When you open the doors, they can change the temperature. They know everything. They've taken the factor of the human thinking, using his damn brain, and the computer does it all. That's why you see these truck drivers, they got their feet up on the dash. They got 2 or 3 screens in their dash watching TV and not paying attention to their damn job. I mean, but here again, I'm just old school. I mean,
that's what Elon's Optimus is for.
Piss on that shit. Any of that stuff. I mean, when you start making it too easy.
So
go ahead.
You're independent. All right. Word. Now, how does she see you?
How does she see me? I'm home every day.
Yeah.
You said
no, but you said you get in trouble if you don't do
that's at home.
Like, where did you go on the job?
No. I just get in trouble.
Right.
I get in trouble like if I do anything on the computers. No, it's just if I make a mistake on the computer, the technology part of the business. Because, okay, here's an example. I have to do what's called an IFTA, International Fuel Tax. Back when I started years ago, when you crossed into a state, you had to write your mileage down, okay? And you kept up with your miles that you run in each state that you went through. These computers, the e-logs, it all keeps up with that for you. So technology has done some good. I mean, I only go into 2 states generally as a rule, Georgia and South Carolina. As far as I go, I'm home every day. I may have long days, but I'm home every day. But no, that's how the industry's changed a bunch. I mean, it's just like CB radios. Nobody talks on the CB radio anymore. It's all out. Everybody's on a cell phone, and everybody's GPS and.
Oh, you just gave me a memory of. I remember my dad had one of those, and I remember his handle was sawdust because he would do a lot of like work in the shop with wood. I don't know. You just gave me a flashback there. Sawdust.
Mine for years was Goatman, because when I was younger and I started, we had a farm and I had a shit ton of goats, so everybody just called me Goatman. And that was, everybody had their little handle. I mean, years ago there was a old black guy in Atlanta named Goldtooth, and he knew if you were coming into Atlanta and you need to find directions to a place, he knew everywhere. Somebody young and green like me, he would dog your ass on the CB radio, call you everything in the book, and just screw with you, and then finally break it down and say, this is where you need to go, take this road. That's how we found out where we were going years ago, and that's all gone, and a map. And I still got a map in my truck.
Right. So you're old school where you write down, this is about accounting.
Yes, I used to keep everything. I still keep a ledger. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to anymore because I don't go to all these different. I don't go to all these towns anymore. So I just go to the same place all the time. But years ago you wrote a ledger down. The broker, the money you got paid. Yeah. Anyway, I got to run into the store real quick. I'll be right back. We'll mute my thing.
Everything is digital now.
Yeah, it's good and bad.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Right.
Sure. What an interesting perspective, dude. Don't you love that? Still, keeping a ledger, doing it how you always did it. And good or bad, he said. Good things and bad things.
Yeah. Some people don't like change. I don't like change.
I'll tell you what my handle was.
Why not?
It was wino.
That should be mine. No, I'm just kidding.
I was at work. And they said, "Boy, you look rough." I went to work. He said, "Boy, you look rough." I told her I've been up fighting with my old lady all night. He said, "Look like you've been out on wine all night." He called me wino, and it kind of stuck with me for a long time.
I got this little.
I have no idea what you just said. Wait, your name was Light On because it looked like you were in the light on with the light on.
He said wino, didn't he?
Yeah, wino.
Because it looked like he'd been out all night.
Oh.
But he had light on. He'd been fighting with his old lady. Did I mess? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wino. Light On.
Yeah, wino.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna show y'all. It's only like a minute or two. It would have been, if nothing ever happened with Diddy, it would have been kind of cool. It's like it's a montage of like a 50th birthday party he had, and it's like everybody's there because I'm pretty sure this was before all the stuff came out, but it's just kind of interesting, if for no other reason, just to look at who was in attendance, because it's not just a couple people, it's like everybody, I feel like. And like I said, if nothing bad would have happened, it was almost like it was kind of like just a cool clip. But it's not anymore. It's creepy now. I think this is it. I don't know what the hell that means. I'd never liked that stuff because, like, I don't know why can't it sounds like it's something being played backwards. They always do creepy shit like that. Makes me want to mute it. It's creepy. I don't like it. Like, I mean, it goes back to my theory on like shows where there's always a certain song at the beginning of them and things. Like, if you're gonna put some messaging in there, that's the place, because it plays every single episode. And I don't know, they just sneak shit in sometimes, and that shit didn't even sound like music. It sounded backwards. Still does. I don't know. There was just some kind of creepy vibe. This video wasn't meant to have a creepy vibe, I feel like, but in context now, it is creepy as hell.
Demonic.
Yeah, they look evil. I can't even I wanted to let the music play. Isn't it funny? It ends in him. Well, it kind of ends on the staircase and everything. But before that, he's like, right before that, he's going off on a jet ski, like he's escaping. Oh, man. I don't know. It definitely would have been less creepy, 5-10 years ago, before all this stuff came out and got weird. Billy's
it's been weird. It's been weird for a long time. It's just being brought out to open your eyes,
hit
see it.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
I would have definitely never guessed some of this stuff. Like, I don't know though, because people that, it's weird. Like, okay, like Lauryn Hill. Like, the one time I shared that song, they made me cut it out of my stream, which was weird to me, but probably because all the things she says. But like, as soon as she didn't do everything like she's put out, you don't hear from her anymore. So I feel like some of them aren't horrible, but the ones that do really well, they just sold out at some level. And then they start breaking down like Kanye.
Like a George Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Tom Hanks.
Yeah. The creeps.
And then the ones that like disappear, they're the ones. Yeah, you're right.
You know who I love?
But I think they really believe.
They really believe, and you cut out.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I did cut out my. I'm sorry. I think they really believe what they're saying, like the George Clooney's and some of those. I think they really believe it, and then I think there's useful idiots.
I could go with that.
Mel
George
Gibson.
Clooney's probably on getting on up there in the top of the pyramid.
Yeah. Mel Gibson kind of broke down, and then he this is compliments of Yorga. I found this interview where he's wigging out. Hold on. This one's pretty bad. And he actually said this too, like
Well, he got on Rogan. He was on Joe Rogan's not too long ago and was talking about cancer. I guess he was talking about methylene blue or some other stuff, and he was acting all codish. But Mel Gibson's been weird. He's been weird.
He's something else.
Yeah.
I need to find the full clip of that, dude. I'm telling you, that was the funniest part for me, was when he did that. What? He would do it sometimes twice. He was so mad. What? He would be so fucking mad. Oh my God, that was the funniest part. And this video, this radio show covering it, they started talking about it, and they started doing it to each other, and it made it so, they were like, what? They were doing it back and forth. Oh my God, that was the funniest shit ever. And now it's like I play it and I laugh every time, and everybody else just misses it. I really need the full context. And I'm like, what? He's so fucking mad, dude. And this is probably the best one, because he, with the stop being that, that's my favorite part of this one.
You're a pain in my ass. Stop being that.
Golly.
Stop being that. I feel like
that's what I call a come apart. He had a come apart.
Yeah. But I respect him, and I don't know. I believe him. Like, if he says something, I'm going to listen to him. Yeah. Don't.
What was the movie he was in with Danny Glover? Lethal Weapon.
Oh,
Lethal Weapon.
Cool, man.
To me, Lethal Weapon, how he portrayed that character is about how he was probably in real life, like off the chain, crazy as hell. Because what was his damn name in that movie? Oh God, I can't remember. But anyway, he was always being checked by the psychological cop in the precinct.
Man, I should watch that again. Actually,
I always liked Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
Always. That's back when they made decent movies instead of the shit they do now.
For sure. And what AB is saying about his personality, I agree.
Yeah.
It does kind of seem like what Mel Gibson's personality would be. And it was one of his early movies, so he's a young actor, and it would
was he in Conspiracy Theory, or who was in Conspiracy Theory? It was definitely Julia Roberts, but who else was in there? The movie Conspiracy.
He did one. It was about a conspiracy theory. It was
the
about
name
that
of it
book.
was Conspiracy Theory, but I don't know who was the. Yeah, she was probably being that Billy. Oh my God! Oh, she was definitely pushing his buttons. When you listen to that, I'm sorry, I bounced on y'all because of what he said. I do it all the time. When you listen to it, she is just so. She's like, "Why are you like this?" And she's all fake innocent. Oh, I'd have smacked shit out of her. I couldn't bend Mel Gibson. She's
Martin
playing.
Riggs, that was his name.
Riggs, yeah.
Yeah, I call him Riggs.
Yeah, he would do shit in that movie. He would do a thing of the Three Stooges, and he was a nut in that movie, crazy as hell. And that's what I always think when I think Mel Gibson. Then he did Braveheart, which was more, being, I guess, portraying a real thing instead of somebody crazy as hell.
I was Willard Hall got that.
Oh, Willard answered it. Willard, you You get a prize. I don't know what it is yet. Maybe a
Send the
6-year-old
chicken
McDonald's chicken nugget.
Well, somebody said, "What if that's Craig?" I said, "That's not Craig because he's first at the show."
No, Craig is the guy from Ghostbusters. I always said that. The gatekeeper, the key holder, and you remember the little dude I'm talking about that lived upstairs to Susan Sarandon? She was she lived across the street. He was a little bitty guy, and he had the same glasses Craig likes to wear.
Okay.
Oh, he had the
Okay,
glasses. I see what you're saying. He did have the glass. I see it.
Yep, and he looks like him too.
The
Yeah, he
little
was
guy.
the gatekeeper or
He
the
does.
he was the key master in the first Ghostbusters movie.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Best Life has it. It's Rick Moranis. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, we
Everybody
got
look like him. We kind of act like him.
Billy gets the prize because he didn't take a nap. That's who gets a prize.
Yeah.
Like the first from like 5.
Yeah.
Wait, I shouldn't have said that. He's probably falling asleep right now, like waking up. I swear it's nap time. But it's not just mine. If I go on a panel, if I go in a backstage, if I do anything, he's like instantly like it's nap time. And I don't know why. It just is.
Boy, it was my nap time today at about 5 o'clock.
Sigourney Weaver.
Well, that
So
was
who
the
was in that
actress,
movie?
but we were talking about the little guy with glasses.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Yeah,
the
Sigourney Weaver got overtaken by Jewel.
the show Cola was talking about conspiracy.
Yeah.
What was it?
Conspiracy theory.
Was it
And
Sigourney-
Julia Roberts played
Yeah.
in it.
Was he
Was
in it?
Sigourney Weaver?
Sure. Or was it Sigourney? Maybe it wasn't Julia Roberts. Shit, I don't know. Fuck, it's been years. You make me look it up too.
No,
I know he did
Sigourney
one about a
Weaver was,
book.
Ghostbusters.
I can't even remember the damn book. The book
Conspiracy
was talking about all the.
theory was not Sigourney Weaver.
Was not what? I feel like the funny thing about that movie was a lot of
Sigourney
the
Weaver was Ghostbusters, not the other one.
Okay, not Susan Sarandon. Sigourney Weaver. Okay, you're right.
I feel like one of the funny things about that movie is some of the crazy conspiracy theories that the person's bugging out saying are actually not that crazy. It's like bad, but okay. Well, I'm just trying to see who's in it because I'm like not sure. I see Julia Roberts, Mel Gibson. Okay, I wasn't tripping. I wasn't sure, but yeah, it was a good movie though. I haven't seen that one in years. But isn't that funny? Of all people, of course, Mel Gibson's the one that played in there. I wasn't sure, but he did. It was a thing.
Okay, I can't wait to see a new movie.
What's new movies he doing? What am I
The
missing?
Christ one.
Hmm.
The
I
follow-up
read
to the
something
first
that Netflix run it or something, and they took out something pretty important from the very beginning and did something different, messed with it. I don't know. I don't have time to see more, sit more to the movies.
It figures for Netflix.
So we were talking. I was a minute ago or a little bit ago. We were talking about the like MK Ultra and like these stars and the weirdo things. Well, I think that's why certain ones like that surpass it all and they get famous before they're like vetted or whatever or put through like Chrissy, like not Chrissy Teigen, Tila Tequila. She got famous through social media like at first, and so she like kind of almost found a loophole. And so that video that I've been watching and everything, there's a part 2 I haven't even gotten into, and it's going to be good. I know it will. But like, she's like the perfect candidate for it. Like her backstory, and if it's like something about a kid that's had an abused childhood and really rough and all this, they're easier to manipulate and get to do what you
They
want.
put them in the program.
Yeah. Well, that was the rabbit hole. Do you remember Tila Tequila? AB?
The name sounds familiar.
I mean, she was a pretty girl or whatever. I mean, I don't think she's dead. She's still around, but I don't think she's like not famous anymore, I guess. This is just
10 says all the time they took the deal,
Yeah, for sure. I should have done this differently. Tin knew all about this. She was already telling me shit that was going to happen in this about her girlfriend and all this. She was like the heir of of Johnson and Johnson and stuff. And
Have you seen that interview with Lamont, what's his name? Oh, it's just on the tip of my tongue. Lamont off of Sanford's son.
Oh, Lamont. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
He said anybody that's made it big, they took the deal. He
This
said, you don't make it big without taking the deal.
But you can't, but except if you just slip in there, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happened to Mel Gibson. This guy brought this up. Mel Gibson, Val Kilmer, and there's some more in the late 90s. That's why they got pushed out and their stuff wasn't on the big screen anymore. It was on DVDs.
Yeah, he said that's why he went to Broadway.
Yeah, Val Kilmer, there was a whole video on that. I didn't finish. But yeah, this is where she comes from, which I didn't know anything about her past and all that. This is why she's the perfect candidate, I feel like.
The real one, but
is it not showing up?
Let me just take it out for now.
Is there no video?
So, anyways,
no, it's black.
It looks good in picture.
I wonder why.
So, anyways, so the caterpillar is in there and he's suffering a lot.
Oh my god!
And he's going through lots of like torture, electric shocks, pretty much. And so finally, he grows wings and he finally comes out of the cocoon, which is, symbolic to us being in our cave. So this place,
isn't even what I'm
hidden place,
playing.
it's kind of like me being in my cocoon. And
I was trying to play.
It's all black screen.
I don't know why that is either.
Is it showing on
there?
room?
No, but you see there? It's showing
Wall
some.
screen.
Yes.
I can't really look at it.
I don't know why it's
Yes.
doing that. Like, I'm telling you, my laptop's messing with me. This isn't even what I was looking for, though. They talk about how she was from Singapore and lived in this Buddhist community, and they had arranged marriages, and it was like a cult. It was all kinds of weird shit. And she saved up her money, and then let's see, that's not where. I really thought it was right around here. I don't know.
This
And,
shit
like, I
with
don't-
Hollywood's been going on a very long time. I think there's some stuff about Charlie Chaplin. I mean, I've put a lot of it away, but it's been going on a very long time, apparently.
Oh yeah, for sure.
like just whatever. Like I just abuse them emotionally, physically. Like
Well, she's just talking shit right here. I don't know where that part is where she was talking about her childhood, or they were talking about. It's like can't go back any further. Well, that's a good still screen.
are obviously built differently than women. They have more like adrenaline, like testosterone.
This isn't what I'm looking for, but yeah, that's not the best image of her either. She is a pretty girl. There's no doubt about it. She was they talk about how she was wiped out of the Simple Life with Paris Hilton and what's her face?
Yeah.
I don't really know why that they did that. I feel like I've got
I'm not playing that.
things. I just don't know why. What's that? Yeah. I'm just not, it's not met up with what I think it's going to be, though. We must have it. This is maybe like let me stop for a second. This might be part 2 because I haven't finished that anyway. I want to, but I ran out of time for real. But it came out today too, the part 2. That's what's going on. I'm sitting here trying to do timestamps for video, I'm pretty sure. Yes, this is part 1. Well, I mean, like I said, I get ahead of myself. If I'd have had my way, I'd have watched them both and got the best timestamps out of both of them because this stuff is really, in my opinion, it's interesting. I remember this happening, but I didn't know, like, all the dots weren't there to be connected, that where she came from and why she was there and these types of things, why they would want to control her. Here we go. Let's try again. Now it's saying, God, I'm telling you, my computer, I guess it might not be my computer. Maybe it's the internet. I don't know. But
The other day I was thinking about all these actors, and there's one that slipped through. I see his face. He played Crockett in Miami Vice. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know. Who did you?
Before your time.
Crockett.
Yeah, you had
Is that,
Tubbs and Crockett. Come on, Willard. Damn.
Yeah.
Where you at, Willard?
God, I see his face. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing with him. He kind of he
Don
did a few
Johnson.
things, Don Johnson. It's like he was big time in the 80s and 90s, and it kind of backed off. And there's
Was he
another
played
one.
on Miami Vice, or what was it?
Yeah. Oh, he's played on several shows. There's another one too. You know, I've tried to find dirt on him, and that's Tom Selleck.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's still show, I think Blue Bloods or something like that, but he got pushed off. You know, they probably seen the shit and got away from it.
Right. She talks mad shit when she does start talking about she started a gossip and a conspiracy theory channel, which is when I started to like more know care who she was. Because I was like, wait, what did she say? She kind of went off the deep end, dude, but I think they messed with her. But this is what I was looking for a minute ago. Oh shit. Here we
also lived in this Buddhist community, very private and very strict rules. We were only allowed to wear blue or white, long sleeve only. We weren't allowed to wear anything showing skin.
You know how like they always say the Catholic schoolgirls that wore the uniforms go freaking nuts when they finally get, you know, like this sounds like more strict than that. But
I have no comment on that subject.
probably better that way. But they do say, this sounds even more strict than that though. Arranged marriages.
People had arranged marriages, so you couldn't really date people either unless you were told to marry this person or that person. I mean, this is not the normal Buddhist community. This was actually a cult. One day I was riding my bike around the gated community. There was this gate, and beyond the gates, there was like these trees. Beyond the trees, it was like a school and kids on the other side playing. And I remember a moment of me standing there looking outside the gates and just wishing so badly that I could discover what the real world was like out there. And my sister, my brother, and I just got together and told my parents, look, we have to leave this place as soon as possible. After years of working at the swap meet, they saved up enough money to move us into a middle class.
They like worked at the flea market or something like this. But yeah, like I feel like that was already a setup, and I don't know why they took her off of A Simple Life. Like I don't know. And then whenever what Tin was talking about, like the girlfriend that ended up dying and everything, Nikki Hilton comes and takes the girl's dog that's at Tila's house, and there's like this whole scene about it in the news, and it's like I don't know. It's like almost like look down on her. So I don't know. It just I feel like she was being boxed out like all the way back to, like I said, with The Simple Life. If she was there, why would they not just leave the footage in? They didn't want her in there. It's weird. It's like like the Mean Girls or something with her, but it was interesting.
I'll give you a piece of advice. The more you dig into this, after years of digging myself, eventually it'll start making you'll stay in the rabbit hole. You won't ever come out of the rabbit hole. That's why I've kind of backed off, because I know more than I wished I'd ever knew. And you'll start going. No ending of it. Keeps going.
Yeah, there's no bottom yet. It just goes on
More
round
branches.
and round in circle.
Yeah, it's maddening.
Yeah, she definitely. It's something about her is interesting though. I've got to say, like first off, all the first big bulk of the video and all the clips are about how she got kind of what happened, and then basically they pinpointed to when she went to a Diddy party, and then after that she got even worse, and like it just got weird. Like the thing with them coming to get her girlfriend dying and the people coming to get her dog, all that happened after the Diddy party. I'm pretty sure. It's weird, like it just cursed her or whatever. But then when she starts talking out on she sounds crazier than I do, and I'm like, and she's just telling all this stuff, and I don't know, it's hard to even look away. This one, I will find it. I'm gonna play it before I end at least that her going on about some stuff. But this is like
another weird one. Miley Cyrus.
Oh my God, I already know.
Yeah.
She kind of came out of it a little bit, but she's still kind of like she's still in the club, sort of. You know, she's somebody's daughter already. But now I have no idea, really, honestly.
AB Jason said, trust the plan.
Jason, you know better than that.
Seem to have been wiped. There's not really any record of season 1 at all, but there are some remnants of season 2. Eventually, Tila was able to land her very own reality TV show on MTV.
which I never watched, but I definitely kind of have like I kind of remember it. It kind of, then she was on some talk shows and like a lot of stuff happened. Then she went to a Diddy party, and it's like, man, I don't know, probably around there. I mean, it's not like she was ever super sane. She already said she was like grew up in a cult. That was already weird already, but I'm sure.
What that say bisexual? What?
Well, you have a good
She was
time, okay?
a bisexual dating show or something like that. It was really horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
There she is right there in the midst of one of the white parties. They said this party was right after Michael died. They're right away from where he was. And they played a bunch of Michael. Partying like the guy didn't just die. It's kind of creepy anyways. Anyways, the whole point of that really is just to show you she was for sure there. You know, and then Tom Green and Russell Brand actually had a little part. And they talk about, like, this is the part that Tin knew a lot about, which I didn't until I went down the rabbit hole a bit, about her girlfriend being related to whoever, some big time people or whatever. And then she died. It was all getting weird. And then she starts doing this like show. Oh yeah, here's where Nikki Hilton comes and gets this dog. It's just weird that it was even news, and it feels like this was almost like a humiliation ritual. Like, you're not one of us. We're gonna come get the dog. You're not even worthy to have.
About the sudden death of social.
That's the girl.
One Johnson was already dead by the time an ambulance arrived. The heiress of the Johnson & Johnson fortune died on Monday in Los Angeles. She was apparently staying at a guest home. The owner, who has not been identified, is the one who did call 911. A recording of the call was posted on TMZ.com.
The emergency is I have somebody who I believe has just died in my guest house.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure she's ice cold and her hands are turning blue. Very often, you know, her medication gets all screwed up. So it's probably because of that.
For the calm explanation on the 911 call is creepy as hell too, but that is not. I'm waiting on.
Well, you heard the woman refer to Johnson,
Nikki Hilton to come
blame some of their celebrity friends, including Nikki Hilton and Bijou Phillips, for not helping and going to check on her sooner, but being quick to retrieve Casey's purebred pets.
Nick, you got a dog? No, stand back. Get off the roadway.
Is that one of Casey's?
Get off the roadway. Get out of the roadway.
Nikki, can you say anything while you're here right now? How are you doing? Why was it important to you?
And here she comes.
Which dog is it? Bijou, can you say why this was important today to get the dogs back?
Are you going to try to get the dogs back?
Here she is.
They're putting the dogs out. They're putting the dogs out? Keila, did you say they're putting the dogs down? Yeah. Putting them to sleep? Why? Is this true? Are you going to have the dogs put to sleep? No? Oh, wait, here. They don't care about the dogs. Keila, does this upset you? They don't care. I'm telling you, they don't.
They don't care. I'm telling you, they don't care. Bless her little scrawny heart. She's out there trying to give them the dog food, and they're just like, F you. We're just taking these dogs. And it just is weird. It was even news. But yeah, it's like they're boxing her out or something. I don't know. It's just really weird. Like, it's pretty bad when you're not good enough for the Hiltons, you know? Oh, God. You know? Yeah. So, high class, Paris Hilton and her sister. Well, it wasn't Paris. It was Nikki, but still. But I don't know. She definitely goes down the rabbit hole. Oh yeah, they talk about when her sex tape came out and how she handled it differently than the other. You know, how Paris and everybody kind of capitalized, and Kim Kardashian kind of capitalized. She was trying to not, and she should have, I guess, really, because it didn't do her any good to not.
And leaning into it as leverage for her career, like Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian, instead, she chose to take legal action.
Booyah! Tequila. What's going on, babe? How you doing? So did Gary's son violate his probation?
I'm there with him, though. You looking good, Taylor. Taylor, how you doing? Tequila, I know you.
It's pretty hot. It's like worldwide. Everybody's talking about Tequila sex tape. Tequila sex tape. You know, the sex tape that leaked out. Everybody's talking about it.
Like who?
What's that?
I don't. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
How did it leak?
I'm sorry. What?
Is your tape coming out on Vivid?
I'm dealing with my lawyers right now about that. So, Steve wants me to pay him $1 million to buy back the rights. Fuck Steve. So I'm gonna hire.
Fuck Steve. I'm sorry. Anyway, there's a whole bunch more, but I'll just stop. But I really want what I was really thinking is she goes off about this officer in Brazil who right before he died tells the story about the aliens, and then they killed him after he thought, and it's like really out there. But
not the aliens. We're dragging aliens into this. Come on, man.
Oh, I lost Virginia. Nobody puts
me. I'm surprised I've still got signal.
Yeah, you paid in that.
Yep. So I figure I'll lose it here in a minute.
Losing it.
I don't know if she did. Paris killed a dog accidentally. That's what Caitlin said best. I didn't see that.
Which one was it had their dog stole? Remember they was walking them, somebody stole their dogs? Or their dog walker was walking them, they stole their dogs. Remember? It's like that last year or something.
Billy. Oh my gosh. No, I don't know. Some of the first times I ever saw Tila, she was talking about all the crazy things. And I was like, you just didn't see it, and that's probably why they, she definitely doesn't have, you don't ever hear her name anymore. I mean, I assume she's still alive, but she's not doing anything anymore because she's all like telling all the secrets.
What's her real name? What's her real name?
I don't really know, honestly.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. I think Tila is partially her real name, but the tequila obviously isn't.
That's all I've ever known her by. I know you're talking about now, yeah. I remember her.
I mean, because she was mostly bad headlines and things like this, but the thing she really did get famous before it was even possible without anybody. She got famous from like MySpace. She was such a social media presence. And in these clips, like, I just don't want to bore y'all, but she calls herself a dork and she doesn't have any friends and the internet's her life and all this stuff. And it's like, man, she was just ahead of her time. Look at us. Like, we're all in the internet,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was reality. Well, there was some reality TV. She got started just with MySpace. Some of the very first things that were on here, I just didn't want to bore y'all. Let's see. She did that. She was on A Simple Life, and they kind of a lot of her parts got kind of wiped away for some reason, but she had remnants in season 2, they said. And then she did that weirdo show, I'm Bisexual reality dating show, and just a couple odds and ends things. She started just going to places that celebrities were, and just she did a really horrible song. I hate to say it, but I never heard it. I heard it for the first time. It was still bad, She can sing, but it wasn't a good song. And, she was doing it all herself. That's the thing. And if she had a little auto tune and a good manager or something, that's hot. Right. But there were several.
Dane Cook. I remember that name.
Yeah. He did that stand up at Vicious Circle. It was actually really funny. I used to really like him. He's back on YouTube now. And man, I know people that get more views than him. It's weird. Here he goes. That Billy's talking about the same thing. Now Dane Cook does lives on YouTube and gets less viewers than are here. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but there have been, I'll be looking at it because he started fresh again. But he was also one of the ones that came from YouTube and like the internet and everything. And I guess he thought he could do it again, and it's just not going as good the second time around. Yeah, that Vicious Circle was so funny. And there was that movie he did with Kate Hudson, which I absolutely adored. It was hilarious. I still love that movie. What is that? It's Kate Hudson and Dane Cook, My Best Friend's Girl. It's got the dude from American too. Oh my God, I love that movie. He's like supposed to take the guy's girlfriend out on a really bad date so that, they'll go crawling back. And Kate Hudson is just like so bored in her life and such a cool ass chick. He's playing this terrible rap song, and she just, I love this song, starts dancing, takes her to a strip club. She's being cool as hell at the strip club, having the time of her life. Yes, I love that movie so much.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I forgot about that.
He's a funny guy, man. He was funny in that movie too. And like, I don't know what happened to him. Going back to like how people just kind of fade away and stuff. Yeah, I love a good chick flick. Got to represent. I'm outnumbered up here, Virginia. She's gonna be like, my internet. No. The one, Billy, the one where two people fall in love. Oh my god. You know, one of my favorite things to do with my little girl. God, I miss her. She's not so little anymore, but we used to love on Sundays. We would watch Lifetime movies and like talk over them and like, oh no way, she's gonna fall in love, you know, just make fun of them as they went and be silly. And like, oh man, those were some fun times. We used to watch a lot of Wife Swap too and talk smack about whichever one. Usually the real super neat freaks that were like having heart attacks, we'd be like, oh god, you'd never make it. Sundays were always fun. And then she got older and doesn't want to hang out with me on Sundays and watch Lifetime movies anymore. Wife Swap. But it was fun while
It's hell getting old, ain't it?
Oh yeah. I'm past getting old. My kid is I'm already
my son's 28, my daughter's 19, and this last weekend she was watching reruns of oh god, it was the hospital show that was on every week. And it's old, had McDreamy, I guess it was ER, McDreamy. She goes, how do you know who McDreamy is? I said, your mom used to make me watch this damn show every week.
Yeah,
it's ER.
Yeah, it's ER, yeah.
Like, oh my god, Dad, you watch this? I said, I had no choice.
Yeah, why do so many romantic comedies end with the guy running through an airport chasing her down? That's true. Oh yeah, here you go. After telling each other they hate each other first, yeah. How come the guys know the chick flicks better than the girls? That's true. They ought to hate each other. Oh, you know another good chick flick? And I mean, but at least the ones I like are really fucking funny. The Proposal with Sandra Bullock. I can't remember the guy's name. But that movie was, and she was his bitch boss, and they hated each other, but they fell in love. But it was so funny. Betty White was her grandmother, and she's like trying to get her fitted for the dress, and she's got like little boobs, and Betty White's like pulling all over her dress, and she's like, "Oh, it's like a little Easter egg."
That's somebody I love, man. Old Betty White. You can't get no crazier than that, buddy. She was all
I can't believe
awesome,
she didn't outlive us. She did not outlive us.
Yeah. I should live to 90.
Oh, you get 10 started on Betty White. Oh, she's one of the lizard people.
Oh my god, no, she ain't.
There's a lot of weird stuff with Betty White. There is a lot of weird stuff. You go down her little rabbit hole.
I ain't.
But that's like them starting to talk about Farrah Fawcett's a dude. You know, I'm like, shut up. You're ruining my childhood. Farrah Fawcett was not a dude. I did not have dude half naked posters on my wall. Shut up. It made me mad. All these damn actresses that were, you know, like your poster girls in your bedroom.
Those other fine chick I used to keep talking about was a man. He used to be a man or whatever. I can't remember it. Another one.
No. Hold on. She was in a movie with Schwarzenegger. Jamie. No.
Yeah, Jamie Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh my God, she starts out about her, and I'm like, I'm gonna punch her in the nose when she starts that. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
Me and Agent J both are like, I don't want to hear this. It's not true. It's not true.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to like her until all that crap started coming out about her too, man.
It's a strange ass world we live in, and it's getting stranger by the day, especially if you trust the plan.
I bet you guys both like her in that movie True Lies, where she's pretending to be a
True Lies.
But
yep,
she's
that's
not.
it. That's it.
Yeah, that was a hilarious movie. Yeah, they got the truth serum, and she's like, "Are we gonna die?" He's like, "Probably." That was such a good movie. But yeah,
Don't
it's
worry,
the
I'm
whole.
Arnold. I will save you. I'll be back.
She's like, "Yeah, how many people did you kill?" He's like, "Yes, but they were all bad." I'm like, "Tell her."
They were all bad. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all bad, so it's okay. Oh, I love that
Yeah.
movie too. But yeah, now I think it's kind of creepy if I know all the things. They said she really was born that way. Like it, she's one of the.
No, 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 no. Mute her, Mike. Shut her off. Shut her down. Hit the gong.
I always heard that too.
It didn't look like it in the movie when she was dancing on the bedpost, pretending to be a hooker or a stripper or whichever one for him. And he was using the voice modificator or whatever, so she wouldn't recognize his voice. Such a dumb movie, but I loved it. I thought it was great.
Oh, there was so many of the movies. Schwarzenegger was in that movie with oh god, the dude, Running Man, and I mean that was kind of a stupid ass movie, but it had all these big time actors in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
What was that? Like the Ultimate Warrior? Was it? Is that what that name
No,
was?
Jesse the Body Ventura was in there.
Yeah.
Talking about actors in that movie, Running Man.
No, I was talking about the other one where they made the superhuman soldiers. What was
Oh, God. Now you're getting. That's for the what used to come on TBS movies for guys that don't suck or something. That's where all the movies get.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I can't remember. Man, that's
Okay, right, but he it wasn't his voice or something. He's like, yeah, that's why I had to like pause and rewind. God, I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I just saw it in the comments. Who Blackwatch? What? Oh, in the movie, Virginia, when he's trying to get her to do all the things, but she can't hear his voice. She thinks she's a spy too. I don't know. I guess it was pretty corny. But I got this spot where she's telling this crazy conspiracy theory. And this is somewhere around this time frame is when I first really paid attention to her, because she was saying all kinds of things. And it's like, then she disappeared. Then there was no more talk of her. When she wasn't talking about nothing, it didn't matter. But I mean, this is pretty out there too. They could have just said she's crazy. Okay, right.
There was this officer in Brazil a long time ago. There was a bunch of mass sightings in Brazil, in a small part of the country. It's like not a big city, but they started noticing all these strange lights and burning sensations, not just like alien sightings. And they actually saw these light beings, like they're being chased. And they're actually, at the time, the doctors didn't know what was going on. They thought it was like mass hysteria. But they actually had proof of the people who were being attacked, like their skin was being burned, which was strange. So they called, secret service agents or black ops, whatever, the government in Brazil to go and check it out. And indeed, something weird was going on. So fast forward 20 years later, the officer who was the leader who was in control of that particular case decided, it was 20 years later, and he felt like he didn't want to die without doing the right thing and telling the truth. So he figured, well, it's been 20 years, probably safe to talk about it by now. So he provided the media, their local media newspaper, all the information of what really happened, that the people really were being attacked by these beings. Next thing you know, they found him dead. Died by strangulation, asphyxiation. Really? So it's always either suicide when people are perfectly normal. And if you notice, it's also they say it's either suicide, which is really murder by the government. And also, if you notice, I don't know if you're really into this or not, but a lot of the politicians who are the good guys, they all happen to also die in other ways, which is by cancer. They all die by cancer because cancer is easily injected, easily without you knowing. So then nobody has.
Anyways, I found it like interesting that she's like this kind of truther before her time. Like she's talking about things way back then, and everybody kind of, I can't remember. It wasn't that. She was in her car in the one that I saw, and she was talking I was shocked. I couldn't believe something, and it made sense. And you're like, with a girl with a name like Tila Tequila, you don't expect her to be going down rabbit holes, but she was. You think?
Well,
Tila?
I got to jump off here. I got to make a few phone calls. I got to call the chicken plants. So my other trailer's going to get loaded. And I got to call my fishing partner because it's getting closer and closer time fishing. And we're coming up with a game plan. And I got a bunch of stuff I got to do. Thank you for letting me up here. And
No, thanks for coming up. Yeah.
maybe sometime in the next week or two, we'll be back on Crazy TV.
I feel like you said a week. I feel like I was kind of surprised another day off. I figure the next time around she'll be ready. No, if she's going to do the YouTube thing and everything, I'll go to class with her. I don't care. What else am I doing? We
got to do that to get the main channel, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just keep hauling my chicken.
Well, no, thanks for coming up because like I said, I'll probably will do the backstage thing. It's funny, we'll sit up here and nobody wants to come up, and as soon as I go backstage, like 2 or 3 people pop back. A lot of times they just don't want to come on the. And I guess I'm not even talking.
Well, don't be shy.
I used to do the same thing. About wait for because that's the first way you got to dip your toe in sometimes, and dangerous.
You know what's funny about this? I think I've been going on YouTube now for 7 years. And it started with 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I've run into people and they look at me. I think I was at Walmart. Are you AB? I just try to go, no, I don't know who that is.
Nuh-uh.
And yeah, it's happened to me a couple of times. But I've been, I'll sit here and look, and we look at how many people have come on the show, the countries, the things like that. I had somebody show up at my house. This was during COVID. Pulled up top of my driveway, and we were all on, me and 10, and I can't remember who was on there. And I said, hey, y'all hold on a minute. I was sitting in my garage. And I pulled up, set up there, and I had to go get a thing that's got a thing that shines a little red light. And you know what I'm talking about, man. It was a really weird night. So, no, don't be shy. Biggest thing is if you want to come up and talk, don't hesitate. Especially if you know, I don't know why people don't want to come up.
It's not from YouTube.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
I get it because I did it too. But whoever does that, they do it for a while. Next thing you know, they're on live panels. It's like a gateway thing. You got to do one before you do the other. Because that is what happened. I would go to the backstage as a Dangerouses, and it was so much fun. I was like, okay, I don't get to type. I can say what I'm going to say. But I didn't have to feel like awkward, and being live. So it's like you do that first. The next thing you know, you're on the live stream. I ain't done anything on my channel in a long time. There's a lot of people who subscribe. I said, well, dude, you're going to be shit out of luck because I don't hardly do much anymore. I just don't have the damn time. And I mean, it takes a lot for somebody like what Cola's doing here in Tiana. It takes a lot to do these things. You should be paid, which I mean, I'm paid everywhere I go. I'm paid pretty handsomely, cash out, hit my cash out. Yeah, because it takes time to sit here and put all this shit together, and then you got to deal with us wackos that come up here and want to ramble on and talk dumb shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me get off here. We'll catch y'all on another flight.
Hopefully Tuesday, I would think. Like I said, I'll go to the.
What is today? What is that? Today's Thursday, ain't it?
Well, yeah.
No, it's Thursday. Man, damn. It's like I'm in a time machine. This month's May's May's right around the corner. I'm like, what the hell?
7 more days.
Yeah. Trust the plan. So 2 more weeks.
I wonder if
Yeah.
now that the trial is supposed to be May 5th, unless they changed it. Like I was watching the old stuff. I don't think anything got pushed back. He tried to get 2 more months, and they said no. He's like, "Let me out of here."
Yeah.
But seriously, yeah, May 5th, and it's almost here now. I mean, I'm going to be paying attention to whatever.
May the 5th.
Whatever they'll let us know. I already told you I'm watching Robert Gouveia. So I did put, okay, I might as well put that last one.
see what Billy said.
Who, fella? Robert Gouveia. What's Miss Minderman? What am I missing?
Billy, see what he said? He said you got a fan at Walmart.
Oh yeah, and it's not from YouTube though. He's just there. It was weird. 2 trips in a row, and we don't schedule it. We just go whenever. This guy just like he's the nicest guy ever, but he'll just like start having a conversation with you, and I'm just not. I'm gonna have a conversation with you if you come. And it's so dumb, but I'm serious. I still haven't done this. I'm gonna sound so like May 5th trial. P. Diddy's supposed to have been. So, or Sean Combs or whatever. They didn't give him 2 more months, and it used to have been, I don't think it's changed from then to now, and it's almost here. April 24th. But yeah, he will come up and talk to you about what's in your cart or whatever. And he's a nice guy. He'll sit there and talk to Billy too, but it was weird that 2 times in a row, same guy. This one time he was telling me all about the potatoes, and he's like, yeah, take your potato, boil it, leave the skin on, put 2 or 3 of them in the fridge. You can take them out. You can have them for a baked potato. You can take them. You can put them through a grinder. You can make hash browns. You can do this. You can do that. I was like, this guy is funny.
Yeah.
But actually, but he acknowledges you. But I never thought of that. And I'm like, I've got to try that because, I've done hash browns just about every other way, but I've never boiled a potato, put it in the fridge.
If you cook potatoes or anything like that, and you put it in the refrigerator overnight, and it does something to the starch, and it don't raise your blood sugar too.
Yeah, I mean, there is something. Is it just potatoes or is it something else too? Same thing, but I've never done.
Yeah, it's anything starchy like that, noodles, like spaghetti. You put it in the refrigerator and leave it overnight, and then it does the same thing.
Shoot. I keep wanting to say one more part that's just real short. Let me see if I can find it. And then I really am. I mean, I'd have to go backwards to put it, but I could. I skip over a lot of stuff because, we also talk a lot. So it's like I want to interrupt people or bore people. She talked about, wait, what'd you say? Look, you
somebody does.
Does what? No, I'm confused. You're talking
Talk
shit.
a lot.
Oh yeah, I know I do. But even if I talk a lot, as little as you talk talk more here than anywhere, because usually there's so many people.
Well, I don't never get a chance to talk.
Now, see, that's what Billy says too. not just about me, about panels and everything. It's hard.
Yeah.
And so there is a beauty to having less people on. And sometimes it isn't by choice. Sometimes people just don't want to come hang out. And then sometimes everybody does. So it's like there's no balance. But there is, I don't like to have the story of my life. I don't like to have a bunch.
No rhythm to it.
Yeah, it's too much. But some people are really good at it. Some people, that's what they do every time. And they have tons of people and they work it out. But it almost gives me anxiety and then I just get quiet. People wouldn't even know I talk a lot because I don't want to see these toes, and there's so many voices.
Yeah.
But, this last little thing, she's talking about how they put out fake stuff to throw you off the tracks or make you look crazy, make something seem crazy. And I'm like, as nuts as she really is and does come across, this actually makes sense. And I believe this part. I don't know. It's
you guys, okay? So what they do is they put out a bunch of videos, kind of like those gang stalkers, that attack me or whatever. It's the same thing. They send all these, videos that are really amateur, and that makes and they put a bunch of those videos out there, so that way when you come across it or if somebody talks about it, you immediately go, oh God, whatever, that was proven, that's fake. No, that's what the government put out to make you feel that way. They are the ones who put out these dumb videos. They deliberately put out dumb videos and make it really stupid. And they even disguise themselves. Sometimes they even disguise themselves as like Tila Army fans, and they say really stupid things to try to use reverse psychology and say, oh, but I do love her, blah 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 blah. And so they try to discredit my fan base as well. You get what I'm saying?
Like I said, it does come out kind of all over the place and stuff like that, but I kind of believe her though. Like that's true to a certain extent.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. And that is none of part 2. That's why I was so lost. I was like, why is this not matching up? I'm in part 2. And I think there's more, it's darker and there's more connections, because that's what the whole point of this like looking backwards thing is like how, when you look at hindsight's 2020, when you look back like that, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of do wonder what happened to her, but like the whole Diddy connection too, like her being at that party and then like everything got weird right after. And I missed the main part, which I should have played. She's talking to, there's this famous other person, and she talks about like basically there's like this whole sex party thing going on. He's trying to make her do things she doesn't want to do, and he tried to say, oh, she was drinking and I took the keys from her so she wouldn't drive drunk. Well, those are completely different stories, but it just has. She probably met him at a Diddy party.
Yeah, probably so.
There is so much going. They hit you from every direction, and I don't know why I pay attention to the celebrity stuff, but like. Probably because a lot of them, like I grew up not even considering this stuff. And it's like, it's kind of like a mind fucks you a little bit. You're like, holy crap. Stuff. This is what they were doing. Like you think they're just partying, having a good time. And they're doing sick, dark stuff. And I'm just glad, like as far down the rabbit hole as we went, we didn't go Bob Marley's daughter down the rabbit hole. That stuff was dark. And I've even ran back into some of that still. And a whole world under the ground is terrifying. And it's crazy because then like a lot of people over and from kind of more your world talk about behind the ice wall. So it's like people on this side and people below you too. Like it's kind of scary. I don't know what to believe. Yes, I agree with you, Billy. I think it's so funny that if Pootie would have not come today, Billy would have been my co-host. Almost like me too, Miss Mindersu. And that's kind of like a lot of the reason the stuff I'm showing, like a lot of this is coming back into the news for different reasons. I mean, I haven't gotten to the end of the Tila Tequila connection because I didn't find it. That guy Tasmosis, or however you say his name, found that connection and went backwards and looked at all of this footage, and you see it in a different light now. But I think that's what makes, I remember her name, and I remember the first time I ran into her talking crazy, and I was like, wow. But I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, I told you, he loves you today. Yeah. You're his new best friend. He does not do a lot of or any panels really. But yeah, doesn't mind. But he can completely by himself, which I think is I don't know, insane.
Insane in the membrane. I was trying to think of that. Oh crap! I don't forgot it now. I just get so many things. I get so many things thinking about it, I just lose track.
Well, and yeah, you're waiting your turn, waiting for me to take a breath. Sorry. More you see everything. Yeah. Do you think you could run a live stream alone? I couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't.
I wish I could. I know. But you still run the live stream alone, which is impressive.
Yeah, that's what I want. I still want to see that Mel Gibson new movie, man. It's supposed to be awesome. What's that person he did? Christ?
Yeah, Passions of the Christ.
Yeah, he got a follow-up movie to that coming out, or it's already out.
Oh, I didn't know that it went with it.
Yeah. It's supposed to be awesome.
I'll definitely watch it when it comes out. I want to go ahead and put Billy's link in. I feel like a lot of people probably already subbed, but if they're not, I should have done it earlier when there were more people here, but I'm still trying to remember to do all the things, you know. He's got to get back live streaming. I feel like I hear the book is better. They always say that the book is better. You mean the Bible? I took him seriously, and I'm like, wait a minute, what book? The Bible? Okay, that was a good one. Gave me a blonde moment from the fucking chat. Okay, I got you. So I don't know. I almost want to keep going, but I feel like it'd be better just to shut it for backstage. But if you want to put the link, Billy, so if anybody does want to hang out for a bit but doesn't want to be on a live, I think you're here. You're not. It wasn't too long ago. That's who gets the gold star, is Billy. What happens if I hit that star? What happened? Said, what did that do? Anything? I put a star by it. I've never done that before.
Don't say nothing.
Oh, I guess it pins it. That makes sense. I think that's what it does. Otherwise,
yeah. Starred, 1 star.
Yeah, well, he gets a star for not falling asleep. It's kind of a small miracle. Man, I can't believe I got as much of the stuff out there as I did. I did skip over a whole lot because a lot of it is, Miss Mindersue. I didn't know you were subbed. And, well, he works on knives and usually works and doesn't really do panels, but that's pretty much what he does the whole time. And, yeah, he's they say they do weird stuff right near 1,000, and he's not quite 1,000 yet. And I think that's what's going on. They're doing the weird stuff to him because he got near it, you know? So now they're going to make him wait, like, oh, they're going to go back and forth and be weird with him or something. I don't know. This is what I have nowhere near it, so I don't know. But this is what people say. And he is very near. I would have thought he would have already gotten it, but he hasn't been doing as many lives as he used to. He was getting to where he was doing like at least 1 or 2 a week. And then there was a short point in time where he was going like every day and all that. But yeah, fell off that. But yeah, a lot of the stuff was repetitive. But they did talk about the trank, which is horse tranquilizer. But it was interesting, but it was also old news. You know, depending on unless you with the Diddy stuff, like some people might not have known. And I considered playing it anyways because it's still interesting. It's like, you know, well, it was his lawyer Busby, but that's what I found. I don't have enough time, dude. There's not enough time in the day to investigate all the things. But like he has this one, and he just quits, and there's like all these like rumors. I don't know. It may take time too, like years or something to come out why it happened. But like he was all 100% in, and then he quits, and it's like people, you know, you see all this clickbait. It's like, oh, he quit when he saw this, or he quit when he found out this evidence. I don't know if any of it was true. You know, I just don't have enough time to look into it all. Man, I sure hope
there's a lot. There's a lot coming out.
Yeah, and it is overwhelming, but I am glad that because whenever he went up to try to get his continuance, he went from wanting the speediest trial ever, and he was rushing it, and he got the May 5th. Then he started saying he wanted, now he wants 2 months, and he got denied that. So I'm thinking the 5th still. They may have moved it to the 12th. Either way, it's early May, and we're almost in May now. I feel like because the stuff I was watching was old, and from then to now, it wouldn't be that absurd to have moved it that much. But they definitely asked for 2 months, and the judge said no. And whatever the date was, which is coming up, it wasn't moved. And it's just funny. He went from wanting to hurry it up to now he wants to slow it down because some more indictments came out against him and everything. And I don't know. It is what it is. Can't be what it ain't.
Whatever happened about his lawyer quitting?
That's what I'm saying. I don't really know. So that lawyer that ended up being with the Menendez. I think he's joining
Yeah.
the team. What's up, Peanut? So it's just kind of hard to keep up with everything. I feel like they're going to try to pull fast when they're going to try to get this guy out or get it is like, because there's all these backwards deals that we don't know about. The tapes are being shopped and different things. They're probably bribing each other and all kinds of stuff to see what they can put out or not put out, you know? But I am about to probably shut it down and put a backstage link. I get 6 spots, and it sounds like Pootie's about to leave me. So if nobody else comes in, I will be shutting down. But if somebody does, I'll at least another hour or so, but in the backstage instead of on a live. Billy can probably drop the link. I think maybe. Did I said that earlier, but I don't know. Oh, he did.
Yeah, he
Okay,
did.
people are waiting for me to end it probably because it's still, it's still on. So, all right, it was good seeing everybody. And if anybody wants to hang out, there's 4 spots left, unless Pootie leaves, and then there's 5, just to say hi or whatever. And everybody have a good night, and thanks for stopping in and hanging out with me. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.